Gang, what's up? Aaron here, Canadian Looney. Smash the like, hit subscribe. We're going to jump to Calgary and check out the Conservative Convention. We're running about an hour behind real time. We'll catch up. They have long breaks. I'm going to use that hour to catch up. Anyhow, this is going to be pretty fun. Andrew Scheer, Candice Bergen are going to be leading this show. Should be a number of MPs asking questions. Anyhow, we're just going to jump right into it. We've got this ready to go, I think.
Bienvenue à tous. Welcome back. We hope you enjoy your lunch and have some good time to socialize with friends.
We are pleased to introduce our plenary officers for the afternoon. Please join us in welcoming your chairman, Andrew Scheer, and Candice Bergen as your parliamentarian.
Nous avons le plaisir de vous présenter nos officiers de séance plénière pour cet après-midi. Veuillez vous joindre à nous pour accueillir votre président, Andrew Scheer, ainsi que Candice Bergen à titre de parlementaire.
Let's go.
Ahead here. All right, you're doing a great job.
All right.
I didn't realize Andrew Scheer's a big guy. He's tall.
Okay. Are you sure? Well, all right, good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone doing? Fantastic. Great to see everyone. Great to just experience the policy session. I know everyone comes to convention for the policy session, the plenary session, and absolutely, hands waving already. And we know that so many of you have taken part in the policy development process. C'était un processus très compréhensif. Nous sommes une partie de nos racines. And I know you've all gone through policy workshops, and to see it come to the floor here today, it's what it's all about. So we're just going to go through a few housekeeping things. We've got some notes here to go over. Candice?
I do. Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to be here at the convention. Andrew, I am one of those policy wonks. I love the voting. I love talking to my fellow constituents. What are we doing? How are we voting? So it's great. A little bit of housekeeping. I heard some heckling there, so I'm taking that as a heckle. We'll move along. I do want to introduce our parliamentarian and our recorder and parliamentarian, Michael Wilson and Levi Dirksen. Thanks, guys, for being here. So just a few things just to make sure you're aware of. We will be using voting machines. If you have a problem with your voting machine at any time, raise your hand. Somebody will come and help you. Secondly, no machines leaving the building. Leaving the room, I should say. No machines leave the room. Thirdly, in your handbook, you may already be aware, it says constitutional plenary, but if you go to page 11, that will be the beginning of the policy work that we're going to be doing. And then finally, we did want to make sure that you were aware there's a little bit of a change in terms of the person who introduces the proposal was normally getting 60 seconds to speak in previous sessions. In this one, according to the rules, they will have 30 seconds in order to introduce their proposal. Those were my notes. Andrew, do you have anything else?
Just very quickly, we'll take the proposal for 30 seconds. We'll then recognize one no speaker. And is that a minute?
It's a 30.
Okay, 30 seconds for the proposal, yes speaker, and then 2 no's, and then if the proposer wishes, we'll have a 30-second rebuttal after the last no intervention. Crystal clear. Fantastic. Now, we are not going to read the policy proposals. They'll be up on your screen, and they're in the notebook. So we will just reference the policy number, and we will give a 10-second warning when we open the machines for voting. We'll give a 10-second warning for when the voting machines will close, and then when they're closed, we'll wait for the tabulation. Alors, on va donner un avis quand il y a seulement 10 secondes qui restent pour utiliser votre machine pour les votes. Et après ça, on va terminer. Et attendre les résultats et on va annoncer. Policy proposals do need a double majority of not just support in total numbers, but also for provinces and territories as well. So,
I think we want to test the machines.
okay, let's test the machines.
I have a great question. I think you're going to love this one, Andrew. Are you guys ready with your machines? We're going to do a test question. Vita, are we ready with the machines to do a test?
I think I might know what you're going to... I have a feeling about this question.
I'm just waiting for the go-ahead. Can we do a test, Vita? All right. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers are the best football team in the country. Yes. Yes. Or no. All right. Go ahead. More heckling.
I'm just trying to think of what happened in the Grey Cup this year.
Yeah, what did happen?
Yeah, and if there's a place for a Rider fan to win a Grey Cup, not in Regina, it would be in Winnipeg.
Your biased opinion. You know what the question was going to be, and I beat you to it. So are they voting?
All right, is everyone are the voting machines open? Okay, so vote yes if you erroneously believe that the Blue Bombers are the best team in the CFL, and vote no if you accept the reality of what happened this season.
One season does not a legacy make.
Okay, there's the 10-second warning.
Finish your vote.
And voting is closed.
Jealousy will get you nowhere, people.
Let's look
of course. Look at the
Manitoba,
what was
an outlier.
7.46?
Yeah, who are the 7% of people in Manitoba?
Manitobans, what's going on? All right, it worked.
Merci beaucoup tout le monde. Okay, let's begin.
All right,
okay, I'll kick us off. We've got on page 11, the first policy proposal is number A1961. This comes from our friends from Wellington Halton Hills. I will now recognize the yes microphone for the proposer. You've got 30 seconds.
On a point of order, Mr. Scheer.
Point of order, wow.
This early, yeah. When I came back from Patrick Hanlon, National Policy Committee, Newfoundland, Labrador, but I speak as an individual. When I came back from lunch, a lot of voting devices were left on the table with the cards in them. That questions the integrity of the vote because people can pick up multiple machines and vote multiple times in theory. That should have been picked up, and all the cards should have been picked up during lunch. Unfortunately, they were not. Before the voting begins, can all good Conservatives as we are sort of turn in any lost devices? Maybe a volunteer can go around and collect any abandoned devices just to protect the integrity of the vote. And not just the devices, but the cards in the devices. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. That's an excellent point. We believe in the integrity of this process. So we're just going to pause for just a couple of minutes. We're hearing on our microphone that that many were turned in. So we're just going to give 2 minutes. If there's an extra machine at your table, or if you happen to pick one up because you thought someone might have lost it, just bring it to the front here, to my left of the stadium. The stage, your right. And we'll just wait. Just have like a 2-minute pause for people to do that.
We'll let them.
Did he say a 2-minute break? Because, like, if it's a 2-minute break, we might skip ahead a little bit. So, try this. Sorry, guys, this is going to be a little jumpy.
Il y a des machines extra. All right, I think we can begin. Okay, thanks very much for that point of order. We will now recognize the proposal from Wellington Halton Hills. Go ahead, sir. You have 30 seconds.
All right.
Thank you. Nicholas Gaudette, Wellington, Halton Hills. When the Conservative Party returns to government, we need to have a clear policy on Canadians' ability to defend themselves in their homes. The Castle Doctrine of self-defense law restores faith that our system won't punish you for defending against an uninvited intruder in your home. Too often, the victims are punished by the legal process itself, while offenders benefit from an inverted priority of a liberal justice system. Reasonable force ought not be measured of the be a measure of the innocent homeowner's actions in the heat of an incredibly stressful moment, but rather be considered.
Thank you, sir. Sorry, we have to be incredibly tight on the time today. I apologize in advance for cutting people off, but we do have to be pretty rigid. The no microphone. If there's someone who wants to speak against this? No?
No. What? He was here first.
Okay, we'll go back to the yes microphone.
Sean Glansborough River. So I would believe that we should support this policy over the fact of realism. We can only expect two things in terms of realism. One, we're not going to ask the homeowner to give up their belongings to a criminal who is invading their home without their consent, of course, right? And second of all, we're not going to expect these criminals to come unarmed. They're going to come armed, and they're going to cause havoc. So, as my MLA and Premier Danielle Smith said, if you don't want to get shot or beaten up, do not enter.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Last call for a no intervention on this policy? Okay. I'm not sure if we need a rebuttal if there's no nobody speaking against.
I'll take my rebuttal time.
Okay. We'll go back to the yes microphone to rebut the non-intervention from the no microphone.
Thank you, Andrew.
This is important because removing the assessment of reasonableness of force from law, it's not because we condone acting first and asking questions later. It's because the assessment of reasonableness is the playground for the Crown to make victims suffer the consequences of defending their homes and their families.
Sorry, just to mention, like Rory made a funny comment that these wimps all look the same, and then he mentioned Starmer, the Prime Minister of the UK. What a loser Starmer is, right? Anybody know that guy?
Families. Uninvited intruders should reasonably expect Canadians to defend their families with any force necessary once they cross the threshold. Imagine yourself in that position. So let's make our home safe and give real self-defense rights to Canadians. Thank you.
All right. Okay. We will now turn on the machines. So if you are in favor of this proposal, please vote accordingly. And if you're opposed, same thing. And I will give you a 10-second warning when we're about to close the machines. Alors, c'est le temps pour voter. Alors, utilisez vos machines. Et comme j'ai dit, je vais vous donner un avis quand il reste 10 secondes. Votre avis pour 10 secondes. There's 10 seconds left to vote. And voting is now closed. On va fermer les machines. So it clearly passed the first threshold, and there is a double majority. So this is now officially adopted. Thank you to our friends at Wellington Halton Hills.
Thank
Candice.
you. All right, we'll go to the next one, Proposal A-2-1107, and we'll give the floor to Kelowna, the person from Kelowna who is the proposer.
This is Tracy Gray from Kelowna. BC has been ground zero of the failed drug policies, including decriminalization, which immediately led to open drug use in parks and playgrounds. We don't want this to occur anywhere else in the country. Law enforcement has reported diversion of these government-supplied drugs to organized crime and into the hands of youth. This is a human tragedy that has played out on our streets and devastated families. Vote for this policy to focus on treatment and recovery to give people hope and healing.
Thank you. Anybody at the opposed mic?
On va ouvrir les micros pour le non.
Is there another speaker for it? Go ahead.
Michelle Badalek, Edmonton Northwest. Addiction already steals enough. Policy should not normalize handing out high-risk drugs with public dollars while treatment waitlists and recovery supports fight for scraps. Health Canada describes safer supply as harm reduction. You know what's better than harm reduction? Harm elimination. We need to fund treatment and social supports that move people towards recovery and stay away from addiction. Please support this policy. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. Any opposition? No? All right.
Dernier appel pour quelqu'un qui veut parler contre cette motion? Cette proposition? No? Okay.
All right. The proposer, would you like a rebuttal for, there's nobody opposing you, but go ahead if you'd like.
I would just like to thank all of the delegates who voted this #1 for the policy coming out of British Columbia and the #1 policy yesterday. Thank you very much for this important policy.
All right, voting is open. Please go to your machines and begin the vote.
On va commencer les votes maintenant. Alors, s'il vous plaît, c'est le temps pour voter.
Ten seconds left.
Il reste 10 secondes pour voter.
And voting is closed.
Les appareils sera fermés. Donc, maintenant.
And a double majority has been achieved as well. Congratulations, Kelowna.
Une double majorité a été obtenue. Okay, the next one is on page 12 in your booklets. This is number A3973 sur page 12 dans vos cahiers. C'est A3973. Et je vais reconnaître quelqu'un à le micro. Oui, I'll open up the discussion at the yes microphone. 30 seconds.
Here we go.
West. Liberal Finance Committee recommendations threaten to politicize charitable status and remove it from religious charities. Charities are not political pawns. There are established guidelines for granting or removing charitable status. Almost 40% of Canada's 86,000 charities are directly threatened and in losing status would face a 100% revocation tax, losing all assets, destroying them. That's houses of worship, soup kitchens, camps, and much more. Religious charities give back 10 times the value of their tax benefits. Do you really want the government providing these services like they do the post office? Charities are much more efficient.
Thank you. Sorry, I have to cut you off there. Thank you for your comments. Merci. Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un à la micro? No. Is there anyone at the no microphone that wishes to speak against this proposal? No? Okay, back to the yes microphone.
Good afternoon. Jacob Mantle, Member of Parliament for York Durham. Canadians from across the country are animated and motivated by their faith to help the most vulnerable in our society, the hungry, the hopeless, the homeless. This policy recognizes that contribution and rejects the idea that the government should interfere or gatekeep public funds from those it disagrees with. And we have seen a troubling trend by the Liberal government attacking those who hold different beliefs. Let's be a party that recognizes those beliefs and affirms their purposes. Thank you.
Dernier appel pour quelqu'un à la micro, non. Last call for anyone to speak against this proposal. Okay, if anybody wishes to speak again for the rebuttal.
Yes, thank you. Oakville West EDA. This policy tells Canadians of faith that we recognize, as does the law, the public benefit of their charitable work. Let's not forget that all charities meet regulatory and legal requirements, and this ensures that Canadians won't be blindsided by policies that would eliminate their charitable work and fail to recognize it. This reminds us and affirms that there is a place for all Canadians, including those of faith, and the good work that they're doing to contribute to the communities and benefit everyone in our nation.
OK, thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. On va commencer la période des votes. Le vote. Les appareils sont maintenant fonctionnés. Alors, so the voting machines are now open. Please vote. And again, I'll give you a 10-second warning. Je vais vous donner un avis de 10 secondes. Appareil, the voting period is now closed. Okay, first threshold is passed, 92% support, and a double majority achieved. Une majorité double a été obtenue. Thanks very much.
All right, the next proposal is A4943. Is there a point of order? No. All right, and
yes,
that
yes,
is
we
being...
do. Point of order.
Yes, we do.
Apologies, sorry, go ahead.
Donna Malone, South Shore St. Margaret's. I'd just like to point out that
That's
rebuttal
Nova Scotia.
has a definition. And if there is no opposition to the process, then we shouldn't have a rebuttal from the other side. That'll save us some time.
We could be denied our extra persuasive opportunity.
Well, it seems like the will of the room is so far okay with the 30-second rebuttal. I think just because it's laid out in the rules, we're better off to stick with that. We'll just keep it moving. All right, Candice.
Yeah, we'll keep it moving, but I do hear what that lady was saying, and let's just all practice some wisdom. And if nobody is opposing your proposal, although I'm sure you have great things to say, maybe for the sake of time, hold off if that's possible. All right. Proposal A4943. This one's from Etobicoke Lakeshore, and we will go to the proposal.
Yes, hello. My name's Jeff Turner from Etobicoke Lakeshore. So in 2019, the Liberals softened our bail rules by instructing judges to give primary consideration to the release of the accused at the earliest reasonable opportunity. So public safety and security is demoted as a consideration, and now it's a mere secondary factor. That's obviously been a mistake. This resolution will acknowledge the charter right to bail and declare that public safety and security has to be a primary consideration, not just a mere secondary factor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And is there anyone at the no mic?
Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un à le micro non qui veut parler?
No? All right. Is there another pro?
Larry Brock, Member of Parliament for Brantford, Brant,
Here
South
we
Six
go.
Nations. Colleagues, delegates, At the heart of this proposal, which I encourage everyone unanimously to support, is a complete repudiation of 10 years of failed soft-on-crime policies, specifically a repudiation of the principle of restraint, prioritizing community and victim safety over the needs of the accused. In the words of Premier Daniel Smith, justice for victims, no more excuses for criminals.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Merci beaucoup, Larry.
Anyone opposed? No?
Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un? Dernier appel?
So I'll waive rebuttal. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that. Thanks very much. So we can go to the vote. The voting machines are open.
On va commencer la période des votes. Alors, commencez d'utiliser vos appareils.
I will speak very. Thank you. Come on up here, be in the photo if we have a photo. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. If we have an opposition, then I'll take the 30.
Yes, absolutely.
And then,
you take the opposition.
Can you take some photos of us as well, please?
From the front or the back?
The speakers?
Yeah, when we're speaking, will the camera face us from front or back?
What do you mean?
Like which angle when we're speaking at the microphone?
It's like the camera.
10-second warning.
Avis de 10 secondes.
And voting is closed.
La période de vote est terminée.
Point of order. Some of ours are still sending. I don't know if they've been recorded or not, but it might be a tech problem over here.
What's your name? No one knows either.
Okay, I've just heard that they have been recorded, the ones that... yeah, we're getting a thumbs up on the reception of those votes. Thanks, Garnet. Okay.
And that has passed with a double majority. Congratulations.
OK, on va continuer avec la proposition A5111. So we're going to go on to the next one, A51111, page 13 of your package. This is coming from our friends in Kelowna, and we'll start with the yes microphone for 30 seconds.
Tracy Gray from Kelowna. Bailey McCourt was a victim of intimate partner violence, murdered in broad daylight on a busy street with a hammer in Kelowna. These are growing incidents in communities across Canada. You just need to see the headlines. But these aren't headlines. Intimate partner violence affects victims, families, and communities. This policy calls to protect victims and strengthen laws, leaving the specific details to legislators. Liberal laws have protected criminals instead of victims. Adding intimate partner violence to this family violence policy shows how important this is to Conservatives. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll go to the no microphone if anyone wishes to speak against this. Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un qui veut parler contre cette proposition? Okay, I don't see any, so we'll go back to the yes microphone.
Member of Parliament Frank Caputo, Kamloops, Thompson, Nicola. With me, thanks, Mom. With me here, we have our friend Ben, we have our friend Debbie. Debbie is Bailey McCourt's aunt, and she has helped me with the private members bill, Bailey's Law, that is at committee. Please hear from her. Let's get this to 98%.
In my province of BC, in the last year and a half, 4 mothers have been brutally murdered. Despite reporting abuse to the police, they were not protected by the system. They did everything right, and this is exactly why the vast majority of victims of intimate partner violence do not report, because of these outcomes. People like my family, Kate Alexander and Esther, we believe that the Conservative Party will change that.
Let's protect our loved ones.
Thank you very much. We're using the chair's prerogative. That will, because those were two back-to-back 30-second statements, we'll count that as both the second intervention and the rebuttal. If there's anybody at the no microphone, we'll hear that now. Dernier appel. OK, on va commencer la période de vote. So we're going to start the voting session. The devices will now accept your votes. Les appareils vont accepter vos votes. Et comme d'habitude, on va vous donner un avis de 10 secondes. We'll give you a 10-second warning.
98, let's see it. We'll even do like a Mario Brothers.
No. Well, depending on what policy.
Okay. So it has to make the point. Doesn't have to be me. You guys have got it on.
Yeah, we're not done.
Yeah, for sure. I will, yeah. No,
Hope I'm catching all the chatters, guys. It's pretty busy. It's a great crowd. Love this chat room all the time. If anybody's new to the channel, we do a lot of live stuff. We cover all the question periods. And the best thing about our live shows, in my opinion, is our chat room. Like, the content is good. I show Frontline Politics live, or something that maybe happened in legacy media that was really interesting, that people need to see, that it's propaganda. Anyhow,
God damn it.
That is it. Thank you all
10-second
so much for
warning.
tuning in.
Avis
Smash
de
like,
10
hit
secondes.
subscribe.
He's got it off, right? But they're really off.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I bet. Like, we're back here and...
Hopefully he'll move back to Canada.
We're speaking to this next one.
OK, on va fermer les appareils. We're turning off the voting period, and we'll have the results shortly. OK, the first threshold has been obtained. 96% et une double majoritaire a été obtenue. Double majority also achieved. So this policy passes.
All right, our next proposal is A91432, and it comes from Medicine Hat Karsten Warner, and we'll let the proposer begin.
On va commencer avec le micro, oui, pour 30 secondes.
Sarah Dell, Medicine Hat, Karsten Warner. In recent years, regulatory bodies have become weaponized and used as political tools to regulate and compel the speech of many professionals in Canada. A prime example is how the College of Psychologists has sentenced and punished Jordan Peterson for his social media posts and personal opinions. None of the 12 complainants were ever his clients, and they were basing their complaints on his social media posts. The role of a regulatory body is to keep a high standard in clinical practice in the workplace, not to police a professional's personal life and opinions or violate charter rights.
Thank you very much. Is there somebody? Yes, we've got someone who's opposing.
Le micro, no?
Sorry, I thought there was one more speaker in support. No?
Well, we're going to go back.
My apologies.
Le micro après.
If I could beg of the chair just before I start. I've had many conversations over the last few days, a few drinks.
Is this part of your submission? Is this a point of order?
It's not. Oh, sure. The quality of the people in this room,
guy's a shit
Canada would be
disturber.
proud
Oh.
to be represented by this party.
We'll allow that.
All right, we allow it.
Okay. Okay. Gord Talk, Red Deer. This is 100% provincial jurisdiction. While we may have these beliefs, more importantly, we also believe in what's federal jurisdiction is federal jurisdiction, and what's provincial jurisdiction is provincial jurisdiction. We should not be interfering with the provinces and their responsibilities, nor should they and ours, the federal government. Please do not support this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you. And then the for mic. Go ahead.
Jacob Mantle, Member of Parliament for York Durham. Let me say that freedom knows no jurisdiction. I hope it's obvious to everyone that compelled speech is totalitarian and has no place in a free nation like Canada. As George Orwell said, it is the deliberate drowning of your consciousness. I'm a lawyer too, and a few years ago, Ontario tried to compel lawyers to believe what they believed. And I was proud to fight that with Professor Bruce Party and others. Regulated professionals should be able to do their job.
Thank you very much. That's your time. Very much appreciated. Anybody else at the opposed?
Une autre intervention à la micro, non.
It's always the same losers that are on the wrong side of
That's
these
the Gord's
votes.
point. This is against Canada's Constitution, and the Constitution knows freedom and guarantees our freedom. So just to be clear, even if we could do this as a federal government, if we formed government, there's a lot of people in this room who are part of self-governing professions, doctors, dentists, lawyers, others. How much would you like to use government as a tool to take away your ability to be a self-governing profession? That's what the NDP did out in BC. Say no. This is messy. I agree with the premise, but don't do it this way. Say no.
Merci
Thank you. And then 30 seconds for the proposer.
The provinces are failing to uphold charter rights by allowing this to happen. And in instances where freedom of expression for regulated professionals is not being protected, federal government should have a fail-safe or backup plan through federal powers like the Criminal Code to make sure those rights are upheld. We must not allow thought policing in Canada. Regulatory bodies should oversee workplace conduct, that is all. And here's a quote from Benjamin Franklin: "Whoever would overthrow the liberty of a nation must first begin by subduing the freeness of speech."
Thank you very much.
Merci beaucoup.
Excuse me, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, point of order, if I may.
Point of order?
If I may, I promise it's relevant. And rest assured to the sponsor and the delegates, the only motive here is clarity on the exact wording. If you look at Section K of our policy declaration, subsection 10, the heading is compelled speech. Question 1, are we voting in its current form, would this resolution modify the wording of subsection 110 to read compelled speech hyphen the Jordan Peterson policy exclamation mark? Question 2, if that is going to be the result, can you clarify, would Dr. Peterson be the only individual who is identified by name in our policy declaration?
Okay, thank you very much. That's a great flag. I can assure you that the only change, if the session adopts this motion, the only thing that will be changed will be the underlined portion that you see on the screen. The heading is not officially changed by this. Alors, c'est seulement les phrases soulignées sur vos écrans qui sera changé si la session adopte cette proposition. Merci beaucoup pour l'opportunité de clarifier.
And the voting is now open.
Les appareils sont ouverts maintenant.
Yeah, no, I'm just want to get in. So you're in line? Oh, is it? Yeah. Oh, no, I'm not, there's more than Yes. I'm just hanging. Huh? You go first, I'll follow unless somebody else wants to take it. Are you, you're with the, okay. Yeah.
You're proposing, right? Yes.
Yeah, what do you...
So you're doing the close?
16. Yeah, that's like there's already a line for that. Everyone's speaking already have each
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm at the foot of that line.
So it's probably not, it won't get to you because there's only two...
10-second warning.
Il reste 10 secondes.
Hello, our American friends. Like,
and the voting
all this
is now
stuff
closed.
in the news would seem like we're going to war. I don't think the audience here feels that way at all. I love the United States.
Oh, wow.
That was a close vote. Closer.
We do have a double majority that has been achieved.
Cette proposition est adoptée. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. A11-15-12 on page 14 of your booklets. C'est le temps pour la proposition A11-512. Et on va commencer à la micro oui. We'll open up the conversation with the yes microphone. 30 seconds.
Frederick Monroe, Peace River, Westlock. Judges giving foreign origin rapists 6 months less a day to avoid deportation has to stop. We must give our leaders the imperative to use our existing laws to remove foreign origin criminals. It's not the taxpayers' responsibility or desire to harbor foreign criminals. We produce enough domestically. It's our responsibility to punish the criminal and protect the victim. And what better way to do that than to deport the criminal after they've served their sentence?
Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. Is there anyone? Okay, we do have a speaker at the no microphone. So open up the...
As much as I may support deportation for criminals, I ask the question, should a terrorist be deported back to their country of origin where they'll be treated as a hero? The IRGC operates in Canada. They're all criminals. We deport them back to Iran. They'll be hailed as heroes of their Islamic revolution. We should be punishing the criminals here in Canada, not giving the responsibility to someone else. These deportations are giving martyrs back to their terrorist nations, and I urge all to vote against it. It's horribly worded.
Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Back to the yes microphone.
Michelle Badaluk, Edmonton Northwest. I'm sorry, my friend, but if we keep them here, that's taxpayers' money going towards taking care of them in this country. So any policy that's going to force our government to actually follow through on real justice should be supported. Our country has been far too lenient towards crime and naive when it comes to who is allowed to remain in our beautiful country. It is not a right to stay here as a non-citizen. It is a privilege, and it will always be a privilege.
Thank you very much, Merci
She's
beaucoup.
right. In my opinion.
We have another intervention at the no microphone.
Guess who it is?
No.
Gord Talk, Red Deer. So if somebody rapes a 13-year-old girl, we immediately deport them back to the welcoming arms of some radical nation called Iran. This is ridiculous. First we convict them, then we punish them, and then we deport them. That's the order. Not make it primarily we deport them and then maybe we'll put them in prison. This is a wrong-headed resolution. I very much understand the desire to do what...
Guys, let me know, like, is he on the way wrong side? Like, if they're criminals and we find that out, send them back. Like, we don't need to prosecute them. Like, why would we do that? Imagine the money that... This guy is a liberal plant, I'm pretty sure.
You want to do, but let's punish these guys first and then deport them. Thank you.
Okay, and the 30-second right of rebuttal at the yes microphone.
All right, let's punish them, then deport them. And I think Iran has a death penalty for rape. Let's bring this home.
Thank you very much. We'll now open up the voting machines. On va ouvrir les appareils de vote. S'il vous plaît, votez maintenant. Please vote now.
Gordon Hogg's going to get 40%. 40%. Okay.
I'm short.
Yeah, we're at least 14?
No, we're 8. A lot of us are.
Do you know what mine is? I'm sure there'll be at least 2. Top.
Oh, because he's going to be with me too. You're with me?
Yes.
Okay, you're allowed. Thinking over your
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, I was confused by that. I'm making a point that we're throwing the baby out. Removal of gentlemen. But removing the whole
10-second warning. Il reste 10 secondes.
That's okay.
And voting is now closed. Les appareils sont fermés maintenant.
I don't know about that annexation.
And we do have a
piece
double
there.
majority. So this
I
motion
don't
is
think
adopted
that,
as well.
We need to do that. I don't think
All right, the
anybody's
next
really
proposal is
interested.
A14-1205 from Regina Wascana. We'll go to the proposer's mic, please.
CJ Katz, Regina Wascana. It's time for Canadians to have the legal right to control how their faces, their voices, and their likenesses are used, and the law must protect them. Right now, AI can replicate a person's image or voice without consent, and criminals are using this technology to steal property, destroy reputations, and commit fraud. This policy updates the Copyright Act to give Canadians the legal right to demand removal of unauthorized content, pursue compensation, and take action against misuse. Canadians deserve protection from these ongoing threats.
Thank you very much.
I urge everyone to support this policy.
Thank you. And we have somebody at the no mic.
L.C. Ring, Pinoco Didsbury. I'm a former municipal guy, and whenever new bylaws were proposed, my first question was, is this enforceable? I fully support what we're trying to do here, but we can't do it. Most of these deepfake images are stored on a server, who knows where we have zero control. Let's not waste a whole bunch of time and resources trying to enforce what we can't enforce. We have better things to do. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll go back to the yes mic.
Julian Simpson, delegate for Markham-Stouffville. Artificial intelligence is becoming a rapidly evolving technology that possesses great value towards our global technological evolution, but at the same coin, this technology has and can be used for sinister intentions, such as for the purpose of creating deepfake material. If we do not implement safeguards to protect Canadians from this ever-growing threat by giving Canadians the right to protect their likeness as intellectual property, Canadians will be exploited by identity thieves and cyber criminals worldwide. We have enough crime and trauma here at home. Let's put an end to it!
Thank you very much. And we have another person at the no mic.
God, I wish I had your energy. Liam O'Brien, Central Newfoundland.
I wish he had his energy too.
Launched a lawsuit against our party trying to prevent us from fair use and fair dealing of footage, which can be used for commentary, election ads, or whatever. This is, I agree with the objective here, but it is far too broad. It could capture things like satire. It could capture things like free speech commentary. And that's why I think we should vote no. Not because I disagree with the mischief we're trying to stop, but because this is not a great tool to do. And it also pushes us back against the lawsuit we won.
Thank you very much. And we'll have the proposer finalize it.
Logan Stitt, Burlington. This policy is more relevant than ever with AI growing more and more powerful. We've seen recently that AI has been used to create explicit content of vulnerable individuals, particularly minors. We need to protect the privacy of minors and vulnerable individuals. Vote yes.
All right. And with that, the voting is open.
On va commencer la période des votes. Alors, s'il vous plaît, utilisez vos appareils.
Did you break?
It gets real quiet when it gets real quiet, guys. Like, I am a patriot. I love Canada. I love Canadians. I don't like our government. I think that it's been under siege of a power that I don't really understand anyways. But I love the United States as well. And I want the best for Americans. Yeah, I think you can be both. I think you can be a Canadian patriot and love the United States. What do you guys think of that? Just curious. Everybody has to, like that side is trying to make it so that the United States is the enemy. And the Democrats do that in the States
10-second warning.
Towards Canada. Like, anyhow. And by nature, I'm a libertarian. Like, I don't think there should
And
be
voting
this
is
much
closed.
government. We don't need a federal government. Let the municipalities run the whole country. We don't even need provincial governments as much. Let the municipalities take care of their own business. I'd like that.
And that has passed with a double majority.
Nous avons une majorité double. OK, up next, la prochaine proposition, c'est A15 1033. A15 1033 from our friends at Etobicoke Lakeshore, and we'll start with the yes microphone.
Yes, thanks. Jeff Turner from Etobicoke Lakeshore. So in 2016, the Liberals changed the process for appointing judges to favor applicants with underrepresented identity characteristics, and then they mismanaged the process, failing to appoint enough judges, leading to a crisis in our justice system. So this resolution says that Conservatives will run an efficient process to make sure there are always enough judges, and that those appointments will be made based on the qualifications and competence of the applicants and not their identity.
Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un à la micro? No. Was there... I see a gentleman on the microphone. You wish to speak to this? Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
Chris Battleluck, Edmonton Northwest, and with great respect to the folks from Etobicoke, the problem with the Liberal judicial appointments is not the fact that they didn't go to law school or that they aren't very experienced lawyers. They'll even make speeches saying how much they care about the rule of law. The problem is they're Liberals. What we really need, rather than qualified judges, is we need Conservative lawyers appointed as Conservative judges by a Conservative Prime Minister.
Thank you very much. Back to the yes microphone.
Jason Hickman, Etobicoke Lakeshore. Anyone who's had any experience with the judicial system, whether as a lawyer, a client, anyone at all, will realize how much damage has been caused by the Liberals' failure to appoint judges to fill the empty spots. Criminal charges, serious criminal charges, get dismissed without going to trial because of the delay caused by an absence of judges. Civil litigants have to wait years before their cases come to trial. Let's fix this with qualified judges now.
Thank you. Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un d'autre à la micro? No. Okay, I see another person at the no microphone. Go ahead, sir.
Trent Brownlee, Selkirk, Interlake, Eastman. I'd just like to remind my fellow social conservatives in the room that when we go based purely off of who the best lawyer is, we might not get a lawyer who believes in the things we believe in. Stephen Harper appointed most of the judges on the Supreme Court. When euthanasia was implemented, they all voted in favor of legalizing euthanasia. We need to take away this merit as the only way and think about values. The values of our judges matter. If we appoint based off who the other lawyers say is great, all those liberal lawyers that have already got all the positions on the bars, they won't be ours.
Thank you very much. Back to the yes microphone for the final intervention on this one.
Yeah, well, by appointing the very best candidates, look, the pool of qualified lawyers has changed. We support a judiciary that represents the diversity of contemporary Canada. We can appoint the best people, and we will get a judiciary that reflects Canadian society. And we will also appoint conservative-minded judges who will also be qualified based on their competence and their experience. So this does not preclude a Conservative Justice Minister appointing conservative-minded judges.
Okay, thank you very much for that discussion. We'll now open up the voting machines. On va commencer la période pour voter. Et les appareils sont maintenant ouverts. The machines are now open, so please vote accordingly.
The Antifa troll can just take a walk. You're unnecessary.
And a double majority has been achieved, so this proposal is also adopted.
All right, we are on to A16-1282. This proposal comes from Kitchener Centre, and we'll begin at the yes mic.
On va commencer avec la micro, oui. Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un? Okay, commencez s'il vous plaît. Please go ahead.
Jack Fonseca, Kitchener Centre.
Thousands of kids get tranced by woke school teachers and social media influencers who prey upon young minds. To keep kids trapped in gender confusion, Justin Trudeau banned so-called conversion therapy using a problematic definition which criminalized the kind of normal talk therapy that's practiced in every psychologist's office. That law prescribes 5 years jail for parents who arrange for body-affirming counseling for their gender-confused child and traps kids in a path that leads to surgical mutilation. Vote yes.
Thank you. We'll go to the no mic. Go ahead.
April Kitzel, Victoria. This resolution proposal is badly worded. I'm sympathetic to the sentiments behind it, but the wording is problematic, namely that our party opposes the conversion therapy ban. The problem is that the conversion therapy law is necessary to protect gays and lesbians from unscrupulous therapists trying to change sexual orientation. So a broad statement saying we oppose the law in its
Thank you very
entirety
much. That's time. Thank you so much. We'll go to the yes side.
Michelle Badalek, Edmonton Northwest. You know that's not a concern for most parents. They're concerned about their kids receiving life-altering procedures down the road that are irreversible, no matter what those professionals say. The Liberals just said that we are attempting to push conversion therapy. Newsflash, it isn't conversion therapy because there's nothing to convert. Because most minors actually grow out of these feelings of gender incongruence.
And that's time. Thank you so much. We'll go back to the no side.
I'm Tamara Cronus. I'm the Member of Parliament for Nanaimo Ladysmith.
Tamara
we
Cronus
are the party that believes that Canadians should be able to have an affordable home on a safe street under a proud flag. We should not be adopting policies that divide us. This policy divides us, and I urge you to vote no. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll go back to the yes mic. Go ahead.
Jonathan
Go
Gale,
ahead, please.
Jonathan Gale, Edmonton Manning. Some years ago, we had a young woman living with us who had the girl raped out of her as a child. Because of this, she didn't want to be a girl anymore, experiencing gender dysphoria. She needed therapy to put her body back together, basically. But today, body-affirming therapy is illegal under recent Liberal laws. This policy decriminalizes parents trying to help their kids, and I ask you to vote in favor of it.
Thank you very much. We will now go to the vote. The machines are open.
Les appareils sont maintenant ouverts. S'il vous plaît, votez maintenant.
That was easy. It's going to be like overwhelming. 90-something. Please, God. Oh, anytime. I've spoken on issues similar to this in previous conventions. You see as well. And I mean, we're adults. We're supposed to be protecting minors. Not inflicting irreversible damage on them. Yes. Are we moving straight to the next section? Sure. Really? Okay. See the big moment. I like that whole second one. And I like America. She's my nearest. And she is Romney's. She's right. It's actually just shocking to me having this discussion. I'm a psychologist. You are a psychologist. You would appreciate you. Right.
Sorry, guys.
The machine is still sending?
Yeah, we haven't given the 10-second
Still open.
signal yet, so you're good. There's the 10-second warning. Okay, now you have 10 seconds. Maintenant, vous avez 10 seconds.
10 more seconds.
Now voting is closed.
Les appareils sont... Oh. Okay, sorry, we're just going to
Put your
pause.
hand up if you have a problem.
Okay, maybe we can pause on the closing the vote because we do have some technicians helping. Yeah. just take a quick pause. We see a technician helping out one of our delegates. We just want to make sure everybody has the right to vote. So we'll just pause for a second. The voting is now open. Is it resolved? Okay, I'm getting thumbs up. Okay, voting closed now. Thank you.
What?
Sorry, point of order.
Point of
I don't
order.
think that a lot of people realize that you had to reopen it and then you guys just closed it, but without them voting for a second time.
No. No. Just to be clear, they did not do over the voting session. They just reopened it. Okay, I'm getting conflicting information here. So for the sake of clarity, we're going to redo the voting session.
Yeah, we'll redo it. So the voting is now open.
Les appareils sont ouverts.
It's not open.
No.
Point of order.
Okay, you know what? Give us a minute.
It just takes a minute to.
We'll hold till we hear in our ear the go-ahead.
Okay.
Now we are open. So everybody has to vote again. Your previous vote didn't count. You want your vote to count, vote again.
Tout le monde doit voter encore. S'il vous plaît, votez dans cette période maintenant.
That's Roy, the ice front nerd.
10-second warning.
Avis de 10 secondes. Oh, wait, let's not close it just yet. We see another hand up.
Yeah, hold tight.
We have some more hands up over there. Is this a point of order or is this a problem with the voting?
It's connectivity.
It's a point of order. I want the members, the delegates, to realize that the first speaker of this proposal is a director of political operations at Canada.
I'm not sure this is not a point of order. Delegates have the right to speak at the microphones.
It's not a point of order.
The voting is still
open. Voting is still open.
Voting is still open. We see.
Okay, I think we're good. Voting is now closed.
Point of order. Point of order.
I hear a point of order, but I don't see.
It's me. It's the. It's not going through. Like my thing closed while it was still sending. So my vote did not register.
Okay.
Despite the fact that I voted.
Give us 10 quick seconds. We'll just consult with our IT team here.
It registered.
But I didn't vote. They closed it, and my vote didn't.
Supposed to be. Sorry, did it indicate for you how you voted?
No.
It said sending, and then it
did not vote. We just did that, but it's too late because they closed the voting.
No, I know.
Tell me you can
experiencing it right away. Do it right away and then try.
Okay, but it doesn't change the fact that I want my vote.
By the way.
Okay, well. Yeah, but it doesn't change the fact that I want my vote to register.
What happened to Scheer? Where did he go? Is anybody else surprised by how huge Andrew Scheer is? Like, I haven't seen him compared to somebody that I know how big they are, but he's towered over like 4 or 5 people there on the stage. Someone look up how tall Andrew Scheer is. I'm curious. Not that it matters, but just didn't know. He's a big goof. He's really funny. Andrew Scheer is one of my favorite MPs. He's the funniest guy in Parliament, I'm pretty sure.
Because it's unclear where we are.
There's...
Can everyone hear me? In the interest... Is this on? Can everyone hear me? Okay. In the interest of maintaining the integrity of this process, we're going to redo the voting session again. There does seem to be some people having issues with their machines. We want every delegate to have the right to vote. So we're going to give a 20-second warning this time. You must signal your technical difficulty in that 20-second window. We just have to keep, or before. We just can't have this over and over again. We sympathize with the issue. I am told by our T team that if you get the spinning circle, take your card out and put it back in. If that still doesn't work, then please quickly flag down one of the light blue shirted volunteers. Alors, on va recommencer avec la période de vote encore. Notre équipe de technologie, nous disons que si vous avez des problèmes, s'il y a le roue qui tourne, enlevez votre carte, replacez. On va vous donner un avis de 20 secondes maintenant. C'est essentiel dans cette période d'appeler une de nos bénévoles pour l'assistance. On ne peut pas faire cette session de vote encore. Ça, c'est la dernière fois qu'on va essayer. Voting is now open. La période de vote est ouverte. We're going to give you a 20-second warning this time. So please vote early. If you have difficulty, flag down one of our volunteers. And just a reminder, you must re-vote in this session. You must vote if you submitted a vote in the first two attempts, it will not be counted unless you vote in this one. C'est essentiel que vous votez dans cette période de vote. Si vous avez déjà voté dans une des premières, il ne va compter pas. Vous avez voté de nouveau dans cette période.
Get so quiet, guys. Sorry.
Just a reminder, if you are having difficulty, now is the time to flag down a volunteer. Si vous avez des problèmes, maintenant c'est le temps de faire une demande d'assistance. 20-second warning starting now. L'avis de 20 secondes commence maintenant. So c'est la dernière fois qu'on va voter sur cette proposition. This will be the last time we'll have voting on this proposition.
And the voting is now closed.
Oh, it got quiet again. Sorry, I get distracted by the chat because I'll tell you, like, it's a joke about walking and chewing gum at the same time.
We do not have a double majority achieved on this.
Cette proposition n'a pas obtenu une majorité double.
So this is defeated.
But typing and talking about something different than you're typing about at the same time it's a very difficult thing. I can't do it.
Okay.
Okay, the next proposal Now run to this. Okay, this is proposal B1980. Ça, c'est proposition B1980. This is coming from our conservative friends in Moose Jaw, Lake Center, Lanigan. So we'll open up the discussion at the yes microphone.
Hello, my name is Jared Gust, a fourth-generation grain farmer from Davidson, Saskatchewan. This was Saskatchewan's #1 regional priority. Agriculture supports hundreds of thousands of jobs across the nation, supporting both urban and rural communities, all while bringing billions of new dollars into our economy. Yet at the same time, homegrown biofuels turn Canadian crops like corn, wheat, and canola into clean, renewable energy. This means less dependence on unreliable foreign nations, stronger food and energy security, all while lowering greenhouse gas emissions, allowing us to reinvest to do it all over again next year. In conclusion, agriculture...
Oh, thank you, sir. It's overtime. Thank you. I see someone at the no microphone wishing to speak. Je peux voir quelqu'un à le micro non? Commencez, s'il vous plaît.
Thank you, Chair. John Walters with Courtney Alberni. I oppose this because of subsection 3, which I think is really an attack on our most basic conservative principle of free enterprise. It opens the door to government picking winners and choosers in the marketplace. No matter what we might think of particular actors in that, I think the policy that can be respected, not on a regional basis, but across this country, is for us to stick to our primary principle and value, which is to encourage open and competitive marketplace and new entrants into that marketplace. Let the people in the marketplace and the consumers there decide who are the long-term participants in that marketplace. Thank you.
Thank you. Back to the yes microphone.
John Barlow, Member of Parliament for Foothills. I think this is an important expansion on the current policy, where it highlights some of the issues that we're dealing with: non-tariff trade barriers with the United Kingdom, European Union, certainly China, the importance of value added in processing here at home. And with the question on biofuel industry, this is not asking for the government to support it. It's just saying that we should have a policy for a biofuels industry, not a fuel standard, not subsidized by the government, but find ways that the market will decide to drive a biofuels industry if it's possible.
Thanks very much. Back to the no microphone. Is there? Yeah. Okay. I see someone there. Please begin.
Delegate for University of Rosedale. This is a great amendment, if not for the scrapping of bilateral and multilateral trade agreements that will improve market access for Canadian agricultural products. Our agricultural products are great. We should be sending that overseas. Quebec sends maple syrup to America. Why are we ending the support for bilateral and multilateral trade agreements when our agricultural produce is the best in the world? Shouldn't it just be limited that Canadians should enjoy our produce? The world should enjoy our produce as well. Thank you very much.
Okay, and back to the yes microphone. Le micro, oui.
Darcy Hillgartner, Battle River Crowfoot. As a farmer from Camrose, Alberta, I'm well aware of the requirement for trade. Most of what I grow has to be exported somewhere. So diversifying and strengthening trade is of the utmost importance. But right now, Canada is importing most of our renewable fuels from the US, fuel that we could produce ourselves. So we need to expand biofuel production to strengthen our energy security and also supply jobs to our own country.
Okay. We will now open up the voting machines. C'est la période pour voter maintenant. Les appareils sont ouverts.
Yeah, just throw my paper.
Any issues voting?
It gets so quiet. Sorry, guys. I get distracted by the chat all the time. My favorite thing about doing the live shows is actually the engagement that I get from the chat. Like, it's generally people that are rowing in the same direction or thinking the same way, like similar mindsets. So, and they're critical thinkers. Anyways, that's why I get so caught up in the chat. It's so great. Like, And people are funny in here too, like making jokes. I do enjoy the chat, but we can't let it get as quiet as
20 seconds.
I guess we'll start with the 22nd one now. I guess that's good.
Come on.
The voting session is now closed. Les appareils sont maintenant fermés.
Is it going to be close? Not really.
And the double majority is achieved. Cette motion est adoptée.
All right, we're on B21398, and this one's from Red Deer. We'll begin at the yes mic. Go ahead.
Here we go, Rhonda. Red Deer.
Red Deer, Alberta. This Canadian Confederation its raison d'etre was east to west logistical efficiency. We built the national dream in the 1900s. We built the Trans-Canada Highway as conservatives in the 20th century. It's the 21st century. The Conservative Party needs to build to facilitate the building of a 21st century logistic link between coast to coast to make this country last for the next 1,000 years. Please support this resolution. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Anyone at the no side? We have no no's.
Est-ce qu'il y a quelqu'un à la micro? No? Okay.
Oh, there is one. Go ahead, sir.
Sorry. Trent Brownlee, Selkirk, Interlake, Eastman. I'd just like to remind the convention that Canada has 3 coasts. Our northern coast, Manitoba's Port of Churchill, we're not included in this. This is far too specific. I'm surprised Mr. Talk would go that direction, considering his usual points. We're laying out all of these locations. Why can't we let our Conservative government, and in partnership with the provinces, decide the best places to go? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Back to the yes mic. Go ahead.
Sean Glansbow River. So let's talk about local transport first of all. Let's take an example like Antwerp in Belgium. You know how many train lines they've got? 14. Calgary, we're only working on our 3rd line. And if we want to go nationwide, let's say Europe, an entire continent. Yes, an entire continent is very well known for its high-speed rail, as well as Japan for its Shinkansen. We're a continent-sized country. Let's get building already. Come on.
Thank you very much. Any rebuttal from the proposer?
Dernier appel pour quelqu'un à la micro? No?
All right. I think we can open the voting. All right, the voting is open. Let's get mixed up. Okay, where are we?
Sorry, it's been tough. It's not like it's already policy. The way it's worded in our policy.
It gets so quiet, I get caught up in the chat. Sorry, guys, I should be a little bit more clever than that.
Yes, please.
But I'm not. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Like, we've got a lot of new viewers to the room. Regular viewers, obviously, you're the gang. Very much appreciate getting to hang out with you. This is kind of fun to watch. Usually watching the politics is very frustrating. Like, we do the question periods all the time, and I try to keep it light. But like actually sitting here watching it every day, it's very frustrating because like the game.
20-second warning.
L'avis de 20 secondes.
Yeah, thanks, gang. Smash the like, hit subscribe. It does help every time somebody hits a like. People might not think it matters. It does count quite a bit. And this is fun.
And voting is now closed.
Let's get more people in the room.
Les appareils sont maintenant fermés.
And anybody that's just watching, if you're thinking about joining in the chat room, you'll be received well. Like, come here with good intentions, curious about this, want to make a joke, go right ahead. Jump in. We'll say hello.
A double majority has been achieved. That passes.
Yeah. Clips that
okay, the next one is B31022. B3022. And this comes from our Conservative colleagues in Selkirk, Interlake, Eastman. We'll open up the yes microphone.
Here we go. These
Cheryl
are always
Kirkman
fun
from
when you
Selkirk,
get the
Interlake,
nuts on the
Eastman.
mics, right?
This policy is about leveling the playing field for retirees. Under current CRA rules, income from registered savings plans cannot be used for income splitting for couples until age 65, unlike pension plans, which can be split as early as age 55. This is unfair. Whether seniors have a pension plan or save through RSPs and locked in RSPs, they should have the same tax advantages. This is extremely easy change and only requires a quick wording adjustment for CRA's definition. This was a Manitoba regional priority.
Thank you very much. Sorry, I have to cut you off. Is there anybody speaking against this at the no microphone? Okay, I see someone there. Please proceed.
Gord Talk-Redder, just a quick point of order. If I could beg of the chair to ask the audience to maybe tone down the table talk.
Okay, I will accept that as a point of order. We're just going to ask our colleagues, if you do want to have conversations, please do so outside the chamber. Just a reminder, you can't take your machines out with you, but let's have a little bit of...
Sorry to interrupt, but my little cat over there is deep in sleep, and she's having some crazy dream. It's really funny. So when you see me snapping my head, it's because she's squealing in her sleep.
Respect for those who are intervening at the microphones. Did you want to speak against?
That's a no-brainer, yes.
Okay.
Gord Talk-Redder, I would point out to people in the audience that we already have a policy that refers to income splitting. This dilutes the initiative of having it across not just RSPs, but all forms of income and reporting. Please don't dilute what we're trying to do, which is tax fairness for all Canadians and ability to income split within your family unit. Please reject this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Back to the yes microphone.
Chris Badaluk, Edmonton Northwest. The late, great Milton Friedman once said, "I am in favor of any tax cut for any reason, at any time, anywhere." I would urge you all to side with Milton Friedman over Gord Talk. Thank you.
We'll go back to the no microphone.
I would vote against this, Tony Roy, Victoria riding. I would vote against this on the grounds of the second point, which calls for converting public sector pensions to defined contribution. Defined benefit plans are perfectly reasonable if operated according to reasonable actuarial principles, as most of the government plans in Canada are. So I'm no on this. I think the government plans are perfectly fine the way they are.
I'll just offer a clarification. Just to be clear, when we have these up on the monitors, we include the section that the proposal is amending, but only the underlined portion is up for debate, and only the underlined portion can be changed. Alors, sur vos écrans, c'est seulement les phrases, les mots soulignés qui vont être changés si la proposition est adoptée. So just for clarity, if there's wording up there that you don't like that's not underlined, then next convention there'll be a process that you can participate in to try to change that, but we're only dealing with the underlined parts today. This is the last one, I think? Last one at the yes microphone. Thank you.
James Bazan, Member of Parliament, Selkirk, Interlake, Eastman. Ladies and gentlemen, this is about bringing fairness to our pensioners and all seniors. Right now, if you have a pension, if you've earned it through working for the government or in the private sector, you get to income split. That's not allowed if you have an RRSP. So let's make sure that those that are self-employed, those small business owners, those entrepreneurs, those farmers and ranchers who have money in RRSPs, that they can too also enjoy the same benefits of those that have a pension. This is about tax fairness. Please vote for this resolution.
Thank you very much. Let's begin the voting process. So, les appareils sont maintenant ouverts. The devices are now open. So please register your votes.
It gets quiet so quickly. Thank you very much, the Ballander. Appreciate it. That's unnecessary, but greatly appreciated.
I was, but you got it covered, so. Yeah, I can do that directly from what it says.
20-second warning, l'avis de 20 seconds.
I hate to stumble on you. So you know what you're doing. I don't know. I just wanted to make sure it's
Yeah, sorry guys, it's hard to talk and type at the same time. I find it almost impossible.
Okay, the voting period is now closed. Les appareils sont maintenant fermés.
Yeah, gang, give the Bolander a like on that. I love the gifts. I appreciate that. That's unnecessary. I'm just happy that people are.
And a double
wanting to
majority
watch
has
this.
been achieved. Une majorité
It's all
double
important.
a été obtenue.
All right, we're on to B9 or B4 977 from our friends in Thunder Bay, Rainy River riding. Go ahead to the yes mic, please.
Brendan Hyatt, Thunder Bay, Rainy River. This is about Canada's future, not just the next election, but the next generation. The global economy is being rebuilt around rare earth and critical minerals, and Canada has them. What we lack is liberal urgency. We must become the world's leader in developing our resources here at home, securing supply chains, creating Canadian jobs, and strengthening our national security while ending our dangerous overdependence on foreign entities who do not share our values or our insights.
Thank you very much. Anybody at the no side? Yes? All right, go ahead, please.
Sean Glanspo River. I see why we would want to take these minerals out of the ground for economic reasons. That's completely understandable, right? But the thing is that these minerals are not entirely clean because, one, they are harvested to make things like EV batteries, which, as we know, is the biggest Trudeauist lie of all time. And second of all, we could try carbon capture and storage, but at the same time, that's quite expensive. So if we want to spend much more, we shouldn't do that.
Thanks very much. Yes, Mike?
Joanne Norland Carroll, Thunder Bay, Rainy River. We will build the bridges, provide the infrastructure for mines, and fast-track mining permits. We have critical minerals for our own military. We will not depend on other countries for resources we already have. We first started roads for the Ring of Fire. Our natural resources are ours to benefit Canadians. Vote mining.
Thank you. Anyone else at the no mic? Go ahead.
Hunter Annis, Acadie, Annapolis, Nova Scotia. I noticed it says here, and it mentions Indigenous peoples and communities. I think there's a problem with that specifically because in the past, when Indigenous people were asked about projects regarding minerals, they opposed it. So if we want to fast track anything, I just don't think we should ask them. We don't have to. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And anybody else at the yes mic, would you like to have the final intervention? No? All right. Then we are ready to vote.
On va commencer à voter.
Just curious, do we have anybody in the room from Prince Edward Island or Newfoundland?
Well, I gave, for the yes side, I asked you if you wanted a rebuttal.
Well. Sorry, I was just stepping up.
Oh, go ahead then. Sorry. Well, go ahead, please.
Thank you very much. Cameron Galiski, Red Deer constituency. Rare minerals are going to be the critical aspect of the 21st century in economic control, latitude, and ability to leverage our relationships with other countries. If we are failing to use these resources to the public benefit, to the strategic implications for Canada's future, then we are wasting our time. This is an immense opportunity for Canada. We have the resources. I have talked with business interests that know about this. We have these opportunities. I encourage you all, let's step into the future and let's do this for our people. Thank you.
All right, thank you. You can be voting right now. Go ahead and vote.
Well, there you go. It goes quiet. Like, again, I get distracted so easily. Akirako, thank you so much. Very generous. That's kind. So, yeah, again, this is kind of slow, but this is relaxing for me.
We're halfway.
I enjoy this. Like, again, doing the question periods, it is fun because I enjoy the chat room and that sort of takes the edge off. But
hey, you're on break.
Watching the Liberals lie straight to your face and they keep doing it all the time, like, and you've got monsters like Patty Hadu and Steve McKinnon, like the worst of the worst. Anita Anand, Melanie Jolie, Stephen Guilbeault, oh my goodness, Gregor Robertson, Tim Hodgson, like you got little
20-second warning.
There's so many.
It's a long list.
This is more enjoyable. Even the people I disagree with, I can kind of see where they're coming from at least. Except for Gord Tolk. That guy's an issue.
Yeah, there's a whole, yeah. Based on
The vote is closed.
Les appareils sont fermés.
And we have a double majority that has passed.
Okay, the next one is,
Just a quick reminder, folks, if you want to speak, we're moving along pretty quickly, so ensure you step right up or at a minimum wave so we know you want to speak, all right? So we don't have what happened in the last one. Thank you.
All right, the next one is B5974, B5974. This is from the EDA of Carlton Trail, Eagle Creek, and we'll start at the yes microphone.
Chris Ray, Carlton Trail, Eagle Creek. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine working hard, obeying the law, and paying your taxes, only to have your bank account frozen overnight because of your charitable donations or political views. This isn't dystopian fiction. It happened to 73-year-old Carol Khan, Thomas Nassab, Freedom Lawyer, Eva Chipiuk last year, and hundreds of other law-abiding Canadians since the Freedom Convoy. Our policy fixes this under 974, protection from political debanking. Support this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I see someone at the no microphone.
Gord Tolk, Red Deer. While I'm entirely in support of the freedom of the individual, what about the freedom of the person to have to do business with them? Why would we force a bank or credit union to deal with somebody who may actually be in court with them? We have to live up not just for the freedom of individuals to have commerce, but the freedom of those who provide you that commerce to say, I don't want you as a customer. This is antithetical to the fundamental rights of business and commerce in Canada. Please vote this down. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I see someone at the yes microphone. 30 seconds.
Garnet Jenna, Sherwood Park, Fort Saskatchewan. In the last Parliament, I put forward a private member's bill, C-257, that added political belief or activity as prohibited grounds of discrimination to the Canadian Human Rights Act. This is consistent with the anti-discrimination legal framework we already have, which is to say that you shouldn't be able to discriminate against someone on the basis of their political beliefs. Oddly, we don't allow other kinds of discrimination, but we don't have protection for political belief. That bill, which had the support of Conservative caucus, would go further and cover more situations than this resolution deals with, but this is one example that requires attention. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Last call for someone at the no microphone. Dernier appel. All right, is there anybody that wants to speak back at the yes microphone for the final point of rebuttal?
Yes. Banks are not corner stores. They're CDIC insured and backed by taxpayers. As such, they should have a responsibility to the people who keep them afloat when times are tough. This law ensures fair access to essentials. This policy is necessary, and legislation ensures that no Canadian is debanked for personal beliefs or lawful activities. Vote yes before it's your bank account next.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. Le débat est maintenant terminé. The debate is now over. We'll have the voting session. Machines are now open. Les appareils sont maintenant ouverts. Alors, votez maintenant. Please vote now.
All right, so it gets real quiet there. So I'll just talk to the audience. Let me know in the chat if other people are covering this. I haven't had a chance to look at who's covering this. I saw that last night the Pierre piece was covered by Legacy Media. Like the live stuff was covered by Global, CBC, and CTV. They generally don't do that stuff. But I'm just curious if anybody else is doing a live about this now. If anybody knows, you can just let me know in the chat. Always curious.
No, this mic.
And just to say, here's something funny, I think. Like, as a YouTuber, we kind of have, I guess there would be competition against, because you want to succeed, but like, there's a lot of YouTuber channels, not like mine, but people that are independent
20-second
YouTubers
warning.
that are pushing in the right
20
direction.
seconds.
There's so many good channels. You guys can discuss that on here, who you like and who you don't. And I'll be very open about this. My favorite one to watch, and I don't get a chance to watch many of his videos. It makes me jealous. Like he's got
Voting is now closed.
great
Les
set of
appareils sont
skills,
fermés.
but David at Moose on the Loose is. You guys all watch him, right? He's amazing, I think.
Thanks, Blaine.
And a double majority has been achieved.
And does anybody watch Wyatt Claypool, I think?
Okay, we're on to B6 1176,
he's great
again from our friends and
Blowing up.
Selkirk Interlake Eastman. So we'll go ahead to the yes side.
I love these
30
rounds.
seconds.
Get all
Brandon
the
Terry,
crazies
Selkirk,
out there.
Interlake Eastman.
Where's Gord
Fellow
Tolk?
Conservatives, first of all, I'd like to thank our great leader, Pierre Poilievre, for making my life a bit easier tonight and reaffirming our commitments to the smart fiscal policy. When a Canadian sells an asset, reinvest those gains back in the Canadian economy, they should be allowed to defer the tax, not avoid it, not erase it, defer it, giving Canadians the capital to grow and prosper. This is not a giveaway, it's a growth accelerator. It's economic rocket fuel. This rewards builders, entrepreneurs, farmers, innovators, families who choose Canada again and again instead of capital elsewhere.
Thank you very much. Do we have somebody at the no side? Go ahead, sir.
Gord Tolk, Red Deer. This should be known as the
Come on.
Cottage Owner Tax Loophole Act. The
He's a
potential for
liberal
abuse
plant,
on this, for
fool.
perpetual rollovers of capital gains down generations, is enormous. Further to that, who gets to define what a qualifying Canadian asset is? Is it one that's
I guess it's
carbon
you,
neutral?
Gord Tolk.
Is it one that has a DEI structure in its employment? This is well intended. If we want to reduce the tax burdens on Canadians, let's reduce the capital gains tax
Thank you. That's your
rate.
time.
Thank you.
And we'll go back to the yes side, 30 seconds.
Don Stewart, delegate and former MP in Toronto, St. Paul's. Ladies and gentlemen, after 11 years of liberal mismanagement, it's time to build the country. This policy will put more funds in the hands of our entrepreneurs and business builders who know best how to create value. Folks, this will repatriate funds from the United States where there's more lenient treatment of capital gains. Let's bring those funds home and build Canada.
Thank you, sir. We'll go back. Is there anyone at the no side? Yes, go ahead, 30 seconds.
Yari Swanson, Edmonton, Strathcona. I agree with Gord, and I take issue with the term qualifying Canadian assets. We will have to define that. It will lead to more bureaucracy. We'll be picking winners and losers. Canadians should be free to make investment decisions, domestic or international. And this also opens the door to an indefinite deferral of capital gains if you churn between Canadian assets. Please vote against this resolution.
Thank you. We'll go back to the yes side for a final 30 seconds.
James Bazan, Member of Parliament, Selkirk, Interlake Eastman. Friends, we campaigned on this in the very last election. Pierre again talked about it last night. We want to make sure that people can take their savings, their capital gains, and reinvest them back here in Canada. Dollar for dollar, Canadians are reinvesting more of their earnings down into the United States than they are here at home. If we want to build back right here in Canada, we have to make sure we defer these capital gains and reinvest, creating jobs, opportunity, and wealth. Please vote for it.
Thank you very much. All right, the voting is open on this resolution.
Les appareils sont maintenant ouverts. Alors, s'il vous plaît, votez maintenant.
Oh, it gets so quiet. I get distracted by the chat room every time. I don't know why I'm not catching on quicker. I'm not that smart. Yeah, all those channels. Like I like Jasmine Lane. That chick works really hard at what she's doing. Mark Nixon's pretty new and he's blowing up. Who else did people mention on here? Because I like all these people. Like they make. I believe them to be honest and like. Again, I'm not going to
20-second warning
anybody on here tonight.
L'avis de 20 secondes.
I'm just not in the mood to badmouth anybody that's trying in any way to row in the direction that we're heading. Again, there's another channel, Canadian Capital Clips, shows a lot of the frontline politics or
the voting is now
legacy
closed.
Media stuff that, like, the state propaganda exposes that. Canadian Taxpayers Federation, that's a good channel. There's a whole bunch. Like, if you're looking for
A double
Canadian
majority
content,
has been
there's no
achieved. That
shortage of
passes.
Cette résolution est adoptée. And the next one, B101121. This is coming from a great conservative team in Prince George, Peace River, Northern Rockies. Let's start off the conversation at the yes microphone.
Good afternoon. My name is Lucas Wuthridge. I am the youth delegate for the Prince George, Peace River, Northern Rockies EDA, and I am a fourth-year electrical apprentice myself. Last year, the Liberal government cut the apprenticeship incentive grant, and with 700,000 trades workers set to retire by 2028, and AI threatening to take away the jobs of our youth, Canada faces a dual crisis of labor shortages and youth unemployment. AI can't be a plumber, electrician, mechanic, or carpenter. Give Canadian youth a future in the trades. Yes.
Thank you very much. Is there anybody at the no microphone who wishes to speak against this? No? I'm getting an indication there's no one there. Back to the yes microphone.
Hi, Bob Zimmer, Member of Parliament for Prince George, Peace River, Northern Rockies.
Zimmer, I like Zimmer.
There is a trades deficit in Canada because the Liberals have reversed almost all of our pro-apprenticeship initiatives. Some 700,000 of Canada's 4 million skilled tradespeople are set to retire by 2028. The skills shortage in the manufacturing sector is costing our economy billions. The construction sector last year identified 80,000 vacancies across the country. We need to show Canadians that Conservatives support trades, support this pro-apprenticeship bill. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Final call for the no microphone. Still getting an indication that no one wishes to intervene against this. Is anybody going to avail themselves of the right of rebuttal? Okay. Back to the yes microphone.
This credit will generate more tax revenue from the increased salaries of certified trade workers over those who are not certified. Let's say if I receive $8,000 tax credit to help me complete my Red Seal training over the 4 years it takes. In my first year of full employment after certification, I would generate $8,000 in additional tax revenue and an additional $8,000 each year of my working life. Vote yes. This is common sense. Thank you.
Okay. Merci beaucoup. On va commencer la période des votes. We're going to open up the machines for voting, so please vote now. S'il vous plaît, votez maintenant.
Okay, well, this time they didn't catch me off guard. I was listening that time. Yeah, all those channels, man. Like, I like Clinton Jaws. I like what he does. Everybody sort of has their own thing that they do, and I like that about all the channels. Like, however, pay attention to mine. If you're just tuning in, whatever, at least subscribe, because I'm working really hard. I've got some experience now, and it took me a long time to figure out how to do a lot of things, because when I jumped into this, I didn't know how to do any of it at all, starting from scratch. And
I would like to speak on
now
these 16.
And now it's time to start focusing on hosting and being good at that part, because that was the last thing in my plan that I was really going to focus on. Not that my videos are perfect or anything like that, but I can make graphics and titles and do all that. But I overdo it. Like, it's better when it's simple, I guess. But yes, all of those channels are great. It's a weird
20-second
thing,
warning.
Like, 'cause I guess they are a competition, but I don't even view them as competition. Like, just the better they do what they're doing, the more interest it's going to generate. So I appreciate that, because, like, I'm not looking at this as a job so much as, well, this will kind of sound like up my
Les
own
appareils
ass,
sont maintenant
but
fermés.
there's a
Voting
social
is now
responsibility
closed.
here to show people and let them make their own minds up and not dupe them and not steer them into a way of thinking. Like, I do a little tiny bit of that, but mostly I just show the politics. I don't tell people what to think. Make up
And
their
a
own
double
mind.
majority is
They're all
achieved.
smart
Alors, cette
Canadians.
résolution est adoptée.
All right, we are on to our next proposal, B141168, and that's from the great riding in Manitoba, Provencher. Go ahead at the yes mic.
Ted Falk, Member of Parliament from Provencher.
Ted Falk,
Canadians
go.
should be able to buy necessities without being tracked, monitored, or recorded. A central bank digital currency would centralize financial data and give government unprecedented visibility and control over everyday purchases. Canadians are not against innovation, but a CBDC creates a single point of failure when systems go down or access is restricted. When institutions break down or governments overreach, people turn to cash. Cash remains essential because it works without permission, connectivity, or compliance with digital systems. Protecting cash ensures no digital currency can ever become mandatory. Opposing CBDC protects freedoms.
Thanks so much. Anyone at the no side? Yes. Go ahead, 30 seconds.
Thank you. Matthew Gordon, delegate from New Tecumseh, Gwillimbury. It's all fine and good to say there shouldn't be a central bank digital currency, but the very first sentence of this policy supports the creation of a national framework to ensure continued access to and use of cash in Canada. Cash is working fine. We spend cash at restaurants, at grocery stores, basically for everything except GO train tickets, which are provincial. National frameworks are expensive. They're red tape. Conservatives are against red tape. No more red tape. Say no.
Thank you very much. We'll go back to the yes mic, 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Ashton Orsima, Peace River Westlock. There's a reason we have the saying, cash is king. Throughout the world, we are seeing digital things become more common, digital ID and digital currency. When Canada went off the gold standard, our currency went incredibly down. We cannot allow this. We cannot have our currency deflating anymore. Thank you.
Thank you, and we'll go back to the no mic, 30 seconds.
Liam O'Brien, Central Newfoundland. Cash is indeed king, and I support all of what you've said. But what's less king for me is bureaucracy. A new framework, let's put it words on it, sounds like rules. And rules sounds like intrusion and bureaucracy, and that sounds bloody expensive for small businesses and others around this country. This isn't necessary to get the job done. Please vote against this. We don't need to be creating any more pancake stacks of bureaucracy and enforcement and rules on the people that do business. Please vote no.
Thank you, and a final intervention at the yes side, 30 seconds.
Michelle Badaluk, Edmonton Northwest. This is anything but bureaucratic. This is going to be protecting your freedoms in the future. Just watch and see. Remember when they called some of us conspiracists for talking about the New World Order, only to hear those 3 words a couple weeks ago from that snake's mouth? This is part of that agenda, okay? So we need to stop it dead in its tracks. Vote for this and vote for your freedom. Take back what's yours, Canada.
Thank you very much. We will now open the machines for voting on this proposal.
Les appareils sont maintenant ouverts, alors s'il vous plaît, votez.
Oh, it gets quiet again. Yeah, we'll just see if we can zip through that. It's taking a while. Here we go.
And that one passes with a double majority achieved.
Oh, right.
Okay, moving on to the next
NWO,
one.
right?
This will now be
That's a bad idea.
B161384. B16 1384. This is coming from Lethbridge, and we'll kick off the debate at the yes microphone.
Hi there, Jack Martin from Lethbridge. For much of Canada's history, high barriers to entry and limited broadcasters have justified government involvement in media to preserve Canadian voices. As Conservatives, we must acknowledge that this market failure no longer exists. Today, digital platforms have dramatically lowered the cost of producing and distributing content. Independent journalists and creators across Canada now have unprecedented opportunities to reach audiences and strengthen cultural identity without government tax dollars. Trust in Canadian news.
Thank you very much. Sorry, we've got to stick to a tight 30 seconds.
Thank you.
Over to the no microphone.
Delegate for University Rosedale. The CBC and the SRC, despite the corruption from the Liberal Party, just because it has been denigrated by the Liberal Party does not mean we should destroy it. The CBC SRC is the avenue for communication and news into Francophone regions like Quebec and New Brunswick. And if we want to paint Canada blue from Vancouver to the Maritimes, then we cannot deny the Francophones their right of news. This will destroy our support in New Brunswick and Quebec. We cannot pass this. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're going to go over to the yes microphone.
Rachel Thomas, Member of Parliament for Lethbridge.
Hey!
Look, folks, regardless of whether you want to acknowledge or not, there is a love affair going on between the current media landscape in this country and the Liberal Government of Canada, and we need to put a stop to that. Currently, this weekend, there was a summit of all media, and this is a direct quote from the stage. Prime Minister, we have your back just as we know you have ours. This is what is said by the mainstream media just yesterday. Further to that, the Minister of Heritage has said that the CBC is responsible for social cohesion. Folks, this is propaganda at its finest. It needs to stop.
Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Je vais reconnaître maintenant quelqu'un de no le micro no, the no microphone.
Gérard Deltel, Louis Saint-Laurent, Kiawan.
Sorry, order. Sorry, order. I'll just give you your time back. The no microphone, please start now.
Gérard Deltel, Louis Saint-Laurent, Kiawan. Folks, there is a world of difference between CBC and Radio-Canada. Radio-Canada is there to assure access to a French network for 9 million francophones coast to coast. And on a political point of view, keep in mind, our leader, Pierre Poilievre, and since Prime Minister Stephen Harper recognize the difference of the role of Radio-Canada. So if you agree with this motion, you will be opposed to our traditional position from Prime Minister Stephen Harper to Pierre Poilievre.
Bravo, bravo.
Thank you very much. Back to the yes microphone.
Hi, I'm Gabriel Lecourt from Bourassa. I'm a Francophone. I can testify that there's a lot of alternative Francophone media that are far more fair and neutral than CBC Radio-Canada. We need to end liberal propaganda machine. Please vote yes.
Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. On va ouvrir les appareils. We're going to open up the voting machines now. Please register your votes. S'il vous plaît, votez maintenant.
There you go.
Back to the voting machines. So we're going to zip this along. Thank you very much, Peter Desjardins. And Mary. Mary, thank you so much. That's very
les appareils sont maintenant fermés.
I'm just
Voting
happy
is closed.
people are interested to watch Canadian politics. It is important. And again, this is less frustrating than actually watching Frontline face to face because the Liberals are intolerable. Like, there's an obvious deception that they're trying. Well, they're pulling off. Like,
double majority has
for
been
a long
achieved.
time, and they've been flagrantly corrupt since 2018.
All right, our final proposal in this section is B171378, and this is from Eglinton Lawrence. Go ahead on the yes side, please. 30 seconds.
You're opposing or no? No.
Good to see you, PK.
Anybody would like to propose this?
I'm just here to speak in favor. I'm not actually introducing it.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Better go ahead.
Aaron Cronin, Kildonan, and St. Paul. At my university, my campus conservative club spoke out against what many saw as a segregated space on our campus, intended only for people of color, based on DEI and critical race theory ideology. The student union banned our conservative club for a year because we supported meritocracy. It is assumed that our party and our base believes in this. Delegates, you heard our leader last night speaking in favor of a shared Canadian identity and against hyphenations. People are tired of wokeness and DEI. Our party should make it clear where we stand. I implore you, fellow delegates, to vote yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We will go to the no side. Go ahead, 30 seconds.
Hello, being a woman is not being yoked. Please remember something. Being merit-based doesn't mean that anyone who's diverse has absolutely no merit. We have tons of merit. We belong at the table. Bring us in and don't say no thanks, because it's really important to have every voice at the table. And might I remind you all, 54% of Canada are women. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll go back to the yes side, 30 seconds.
Okay, Alan Hoffman from the great riding of Eglinton Lawrence. Meritocracy is a system that rewards the most qualified and hardworking individuals, leading to a more productive society overall. It reduces nepotism and corruption by serving as an alternative to patronage or inherited status. Systems that act as barriers to fairness and economic development. The question before us is simple. Does Canada want to practice meritocracy or continue with DEI programs that grant advantages based on background rather than ability? Meritocracy is a defining conservative
Thank you. That's 30 seconds.
And it should be enshrined in our policy. Thank you.
Thank you. And no more at the no? Yeah, go ahead. One more yes, 30 seconds.
Oh, my goodness. I enjoy. That's very kind.
Last night, our leader, Pierre Poilievre, was clear when he said we must be promoting and hiring based on merit, not on political correctness. That is exactly what this amendment affirms. This amendment does not oppose diversity, it defines fairness. That was always meant to be the goal of equality in Canada. Merit is a central conservative value. The fact that this needs to be said is exactly why we should say it. Without fear and without hesitation, this should become official party policy. I urge you to vote yes.
Thank you very much. The voting is now open.
Merci beaucoup. Les appareils sont maintenant ouverts.
I enjoy. Thank you so much. That's very generous. It's been a very generous crowd, gang. I appreciate all that. But again, you won't ever hear me saying, like, thank you just so much. Again, it chokes me up. I don't even know what to say when people are that generous. I'm just happy that people are watching and that they care enough. Like, I'm showing this stuff because I want to learn myself. And I think the best way to learn yourself is sort of the videos that I make, like frontline politics, separating the legacy media. And not separating it, but calling it propaganda and showing people that it is propaganda. And we can back that up with the stuff that we cover from the front line, because they always twist it around. I haven't watched any legacy media yet today, but I assure you that in some way they're trying to twist that very inspiring speech that Poilievre delivered last night as something negative. They're trying to twist it around.
20-second warning.
Un avis de 20
It's
secondes.
frustrating, but if you tell people before they see it, like, this is propaganda, they have a better idea, because if they don't know, they just think it's right. Like, if you don't tell them it's wrong, especially for people that are only watching, like, state-owned, state-run
Voting
media,
is now closed.
state-funded.
Les appareils sont maintenant fermés.
Watch Mark Nixon or one of those channels. Those people will give it to you straight. Wyatt Claypool. I've actually got
And
to
that
say,
has a
like,
double
Canadian
majority,
Capital
it
Clips,
passes.
nobody does it better than him. Like, he doesn't comment
All right,
on the
well,
videos
that
at all. He
finishes that
just shows
section,
it.
and
You
I'm
can
just
make up
looking
your
at the
own
time
mind,
where
but
we're
he shows
just about
good
right
stuff.
on track. So we've got one more section left, and we've got a little less than an hour to get through it. Thanks very much for everyone's participation and adherence to the rules. Let's go on to item C3-1453 on page 26 in your packages. This is coming from the riding of Edmonton Gateway. On va commencer maintenant avec
I do
le
like
micro
when they get the
oui
crazies
sur
involved.
Proposition 1453.
You never know what you're going to get. Gord Tolk.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Jay Gamma, Edmonton Gateway. Taxpayer dollars are your dollars. When the government extends loans to corporations and organizations they later forgive, or when the CRA fails to collect taxes owed to the government, these are your dollars they are giving away to those organizations. The current transparency rules allows the government to report these as aggregate numbers, which is insufficient to let you know who's being given your money. This policy would improve transparency and let you know who's getting those handouts. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there anybody at the no microphone? I'm getting a signal that there is
Adam
not.
Chambers is
Take
coming
another
up.
speaker at the yes microphone. On va avoir une autre intervention à la micro oui.
Adam Chambers, Ontario Gallet, MP for Simcoe North. I want to let everybody know that there's a private member's bill that will accomplish a version of this, partially in consultation with grassroots members of this party. So I want to thank Edmonton Gateway for bringing it to the floor here today. The CRA will go after the patriots in this room when you're late on your taxes by 2 weeks or $100, but behind closed doors, they will write off tens of millions of dollars that taxpayers owe them, and you deserve to know, and Canadians deserve to know who they are and why.
Thank you, Adam. Still nobody at the no microphone. Will we waive the rebuttal since there's no... Okay, I'm getting in. No, you'd like to speak?
Yes.
Okay, 30
Just
seconds.
take one quick moment to thank our friends from Calgary Crowfoot for supporting this, and from St. Albert Sturgeon River, as well as the more than 600 delegates yesterday who unanimously supported this. I hope we can count on your support again today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. On va commencer la période des votes. We're going to open up the machines now. The time to vote is now.
Back into the votes. Yeah, guys, I'm trying really hard here. I'm trying to get better. Again, when I started, I didn't know, number one, how to make a video, and edit a video and put clips together. And then from there, you learn how to change things in perspective. It's been a fun time, but it feels like are starting to come together. And I didn't know anything about politics at all. I feel like politics, since I've been watching, I'm very in tune with, and some of the history. I followed politics when I was in my 20s, but I didn't when I was in my 30s. Yeah. Again, in both the live shows, my favorite thing is the chat room. So if you're just watching and you're bored or lonely or something, just come in here. Someone will say hello, but you've got to make a comment first.
Second warning.
Here we go. 10-second warning. I'm kind of surprised how long this is going on. It's been a couple of hours, hasn't it? Yeah, don't get quiet again. Oh my goodness.
Says the motion passes.
Different camera?
You did that one, maybe.
I did. You did. Okay, the next policy proposal is C5989, and it's from Thunder Bay Superior North. Please go ahead at the yes mic.
Debbie DeBruin, Thunder Bay Superior North. In recent years, monuments, statues, and other infrastructure that recognize people or events that have played an important role in shaping our history have been removed or renamed, some even vandalized or destroyed. As Pierre said last night, this is the greatest country on earth precisely because of those people who came here and sacrificed before us. Celebrating our historical heroes, places, and events fosters national unity and love of our country.
Thank you very
Please
much.
vote yes.
Is there anyone? No one is at the no mic. Anybody else at the yes? Yes, we have a speaker. Go ahead, 30 seconds.
Right. Awesome. So Chad Savard, Sudbury. So many events in our country's history will make us uncomfortable, but history is fact-based. As a historian and teacher, I can tell you about the endless consequences of when nations erase their history, or worse, when the people forget. Se souvenir est un concept fondamental à notre identité. Comme le dit la devise québécoise, je me souviens. Our historical persons and events offer valuable teaching moments to learn from our history, good and bad. This is not George Orwell's 1984.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone at the no no's to this one? You do have a chance for a final word, or you can waive that. You'd like to speak? All right, go ahead.
Deputy Bruin, Thunder Bay Superior North. This proposal adds monuments to the existing heritage principles in our policy declaration and states the importance of preserving and protecting our history rather than destroying, removing, or renaming it. A vote for this policy is a vote for appreciating our heritage, preserving our history so we can remember and learn about our shared past to build a better future together.
Thank you very much. And the machines are now open to vote. Go ahead and vote.
Les appareils sont maintenant ouverts.
Oh, it got quiet again. Sorry, the chat room distracts me all the time. Yeah, I realize, like, I live in a very, well, federally. See, it's a weird thing because, like, provincially, we have a conservative government here in Nova Scotia. Tim Houston is just okay. Like, he said that he won't enforce the federal gun program, buyback program. So he did say that the other night. I think Thursday evening he was on CBC and said that. But yeah, like, since Donchma crossed the floor, traitor, now the whole province federally is red. It's disgusting. Like, my MP is Hami Batiste. He did come here, like, door knocking, but I told him, like, I watch politics. There's no way I'd ever vote Liberal in my life again, like, because it's not the
20-second warning.
It's not the Liberal Party of. It's not even of the philosophy of the Liberal idea. It's something else now. I'm not a big fan of woke. I'd say that.
Do you want to speak to it? Yes? Sure.
Come on, Rory.
And the voting is now closed.
Les appareils sont maintenant fermés.
Janet Nunn, good evening.
And that passes with a double majority.
Okay, moving on to the next one. La prochaine proposition, c'est C61186. And this is coming from Columbia, Kootenay, Southern Rockies. We'll go over to the yes microphone. 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Guy Rook, Columbia, Kootenay, Southern Rockies. Our home, our land, our businesses, what we've worked for, what we've built. The ongoing lengthy court process has put a chill on our future in British Columbia and beyond. Uncertain ownership is fatal to an economy. We must govern by legislation and law, not precedents. Conservatives, protect your right to own your property. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. I'm getting a signal there's nobody at the no microphone. We'll go back to the yes microphone. 30 seconds.
Danielle B. Arneson, Columbia, Kootenay, Southern Rockies. The West was built by those who came in the pursuit of freedom, opportunity, and private property. Today, these cornerstones of Western civilization are being threatened if liberty of principle, person, and possession are subject to the whims of political climate, and if favor and advantage are assigned based on a changing definition of superiority. It shows, 1, we have not learned from our past, 2, we are content with inequality, and 3, we're ignoring the division it's causing in our citizens.
Thank you very much. Still nobody at the no microphone. Just noting the time. If the people at the yes microphone want to waive their 30 seconds, no, you'd like to, okay, go ahead, 30 seconds.
So, the youth already had it hard enough.
homes in Vancouver are around like $2 million. But imagine if you work so hard for a house and it just gets taken away. That isn't free. That isn't constitutional in most other free countries. We should follow their example. Please vote yes.
Thank you very much. On va commencer avec la période des votes. The machines will now be open. Les appareils sont maintenant ouverts. Please vote now.
Oh, there we go again. They're always doing these votes and quiet. See, I don't understand why CPAC wouldn't, because they have the resources and the funding to do it. Like, why they wouldn't make these productions a lot tighter?
I think it'll be fine.
Again, I did a long time ago. It was in an analog time, but I went to school for video production. I would shoot this with a lot of pre-cut pieces to bench over these times, and they should know about how long it takes to count the votes. It's a weird thing. Because I assure you, if this were the Liberal convention, there would not be all of this downtime. They wouldn't do that. They'd have interruptions.
10-second warning. Avis de 20 seconds.
That is the reason that they do it this way, I believe. I bet my house on it. Sounds like cynicism, but it's realism.
Les appareils sont maintenant fermés. Voting is now closed.
Voting is now closed. So stern. Wow. Everybody agreed on that one just about.
And a double majority has been achieved. Alors cette résolution a été adoptée.
All right, our next proposal is C8-1260, and that comes from our friends in Saskatoon South. We'll go to the yes mic, please.
Here we go.
Henry Chan, Saskatoon South. If we're true to our words that we need to act on foreign interference, which the Liberal government had dragged their feet for 10 years, them that are afraid to lose diaspora support, then let us vote for this policy to protect our sovereignty, protect our freedom, to protect our diaspora community, and to protect the country we love against foreign meddling.
Thank you. Is there anyone at the no side? I see a hand up. If you'd like to speak, you have 30 seconds. No one speaking at the no side? All right, we'll go back to the yes again. 30 seconds.
Nellie Shin,
Oh, sorry. Just at the last second, we had somebody at the...
Sorry, Chair. I just want to say that, just to be clear, when it comes to national security operations, the operations of our national security agencies, there are situations and operations where a person put on the registry would undermine some operation to find more of those people because they're being surveilled or something else like that. So this does not seem to be worded sufficiently carefully to, avoid undermining our own national security apparatus. I can't vote for it. That's why. Thank you.
Okay, thanks very much. We'll go back to the yes side. 30 seconds.
Nellie Shin, former MP. Moral clarity on democracy and national sovereignty are blurring today. The international threat landscape, including Canada's Arctic security, are vulnerable to adversarial states. Foreign interference can no longer be viewed as a gray zone. It's the establishment of institutional beachheads by hostile states on Canadian soil. Our lax national security culture has made us very vulnerable. We've been warned for decades. I support this amendment as a commitment to protect our national sovereignty and diaspora communities.
Thank you very much. We'll go back to the no side. Go ahead, 30 seconds.
Thank you kindly. Cameron Galiski, Red Deer. The intent of this resolution is extremely well-meaning, but to my understanding of how espionage and foreign infiltration works, being on a list is kind of counterproductive, isn't it? The opportunity for this is to secure our nominations through constitutional processes and ensuring accountability through EDA processes. If we're going to create a list, it's espionage and foreign infiltration. They're not going to sign up for it. Last I checked, as polite as we are. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll go back to the yes side for one more intervention. 30 seconds.
Thank you, Garnet Jenna, Sherwood Park, Fort Saskatchewan. This is an excellent resolution. It's consistent with positions that Conservatives have taken in the House, and it's consistent with current law. The Liberals have simply failed to implement the registry, which we pushed them to put in legislation. Respectfully, I think some of the no arguments don't fully understand how a foreign influence registration process works. This is a requirement for people who are in Canada doing advocacy on behalf of a foreign government to register, and it allows for their prosecution if they don't. It's a great tool that our allies have used.
Thank you very much. With that, we will open the machines for voting.
Les appareils sont maintenant ouverts.
And if you'd like to take a moment, enjoy a beautiful view to this side of the auditorium.
They opened up the blinds. That's
They
a
did.
stunning view.
I'm kind of curious to see where this goes.
Just those mountains just keep getting in the way of it.
It's fun. I find this again.
It's a
I've
prairie
mentioned
joke.
it a
Pierre
couple
told it
times.
last night.
This
I'm
is pretty
trying to
relaxing.
milk it
Just
again.
chilling out with the gang. I like that.
Lived in the mountains? I have.
I think so. Oh.
Yeah, Garnet Gino has been a member of Parliament since he was a young man. I think he's still a young man. I think he's only 35, maybe like mid-30s, 36. He's got like 15 kids. Oh, yeah. So
20-second warning.
what's it called there? Kismai 6'9"? I guess not. Like, don't think you're going to probably be hanging out long.
I feel really underdressed this whole
Again, it's funny when, again, if I were to enter any given room, why would you enter any room that you haven't read with like an opening up with just
And the voting is now
going
closed.
in the opposite direction?
Les
of
appareils
that
sont
room?
maintenant fermés.
You just leave the room. Wouldn't a normal person just leave the room?
That has a double majority and it passes. Thank you.
Okay, moving on to C9 1023. C9 10 23.
What are you
We'll
doing
start
there?
at the yes microphone.
Kismai 6'9".
Corey Scott of Peterborough. This policy is about one simple principle: respecting the
play
taxpayers'
around
money.
with that loser,
Federal grants
Rory.
exist to fund programs and
troll
services that
right
directly
there.
benefit Canadians,
We got one.
not some legal battles or political advocacy. When funds are diverted away from their intended purpose, it undermines accountability and public trust. This policy sets a clear, common sense boundary so grants dollars are used exactly as intended. Its strength is transparency, protects public finances, and ensures taxpayers see real results in the money it's provided. Supporting this policy is a straightforward way to reinforce our party's commitment
Thank you
to
very
fiscal
much.
responsibility
Sorry,
and
I have
responsible
to-
government.
I have to cut it off. We have to respect the timelines. Back to the no microphone.
Although nobody here wants money going, public money going to pay lawyers for this,
Let
it's
him hang for
totally
a second,
unworkable.
Rory.
Every entity has more than one revenue source, and when you got more than one revenue source, you're not going to be able to identify that money from the government paid legal bills. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup. Back to the yes microphone.
I'm Michael Barrett, the Member of Parliament for Leeds, Grenville, Thousand Islands, and Rideau Lakes. This is making sure that Canadians who are fed up with insiders and organizations using taxpayer money to dodge accountability are held to account. It's absolutely not true. We have an entire industry in this country that gets funded by the government by tax dollars. We need to make sure that we draw a hard line. If you take federal grants, if you take federal money, you don't get to cover up misconduct.
Thank you very much. I see another delegate at the no microphone. Commencez, s'il vous plaît.
Thank you. Matthew Gordon, delegate from New Tecumseth, Gwillimbury. There is a significant legal defense aspect to this. Every organization deserves to have a good, qualified lawyer who can walk them through the situation they're in, walk them through the allegations in a statement of claim in civil court. That misconduct or that negligence that is alleged may not have even happened. Anyone can file a document in court. Any organization worth funding is an organization that deserves to be prepared. Vote no.
Thank you. And a right of reply to the yes microphone.
Go, Barrett, go.
Jennifer Leywitz, the federal riding of Prince Albert. To my fellow Canadians, the rule should be simple. If you take public money, you answer to the public. Without safeguards, organizations are not immune from using public dollars to shield themselves. Law firms are profiting and Canadians are paying for it. I've seen this firsthand. When accountability was demanded, an organization hired lawyers to issue cease and desist letters and permanent bans instead of providing answers. Despite repeated emails and national media coverage, the Liberal government has yet to respond. If people want to find ways to hide from accountability, they can do it on their own dime. Support this amendment, vote yes, so those fighting for...
Sorry, I have to cut you off. We have to respect the timelines. We're going to open up the votes now. On va ouvrir les appareils. Commencez de voter, s'il vous plaît. Please vote now.
Back to the voting already. Holy cow. These votes come along so frequently. Let's zip through this. Yeah, I don't care about the trolls. Like, that's one of my favorite things about this chat room is that, and again, I've got a great team of moderators that I just trust their judgment. They know what is the right feel for this group. And but even if we didn't have moderators, this chat room by now knows how to recognize it. Like, they're given no attention. They don't get a rise out of anybody. They just come off as pathetic.
20-second warning.
Like, and misinformed. It's a funny thing. I've discovered in this that the most opinionated, the strongest opinions come from people that are uninformed. Like, they don't have a clue on what is actually happening. They've never watched anything front line, because just if you watch the front line politics, your instincts will kick in and be like, oh, that person is lying. I guess that's why I find the question period so frustrating, because like anything that comes out of
a double
any
majority
cabinet
has been
minister's mouth,
achieved.
or any
Thank
of
you
the
very much.
backbenchers, any of those kids that
All right,
were
we are on
pushed,
C11-1554. This is from the riding of Thornhill. We will begin at the yes mic. 30 seconds.
here we go.
Please go ahead.
Maybe
Dan
it's
from
Melissa.
Thornhill.
Oh,
Our
there's
immigration
Lance.
system has gone from setting the global standard to being a byword for failed policy. And now, Band-Aid solutions will not suffice to reverse a decade of structural systemic erosion. We need meaningful and broad legislative and procedural reforms. In Thornhill, we faced the security cost of liberal immigration failures firsthand. So, let's secure long-term security. It's the foundation for a sustainable and compassionate system.
Thank you very much. There is nobody at the no side at this point. We can go back to the yes for another 30 seconds. Please go ahead.
Hi, I'm David Davis from Winnipeg Centre, and I very much support this. I'm an immigration lawyer. I formed a group called Lawyers for Secure Immigration. We understand that our immigration system has porous borders, as our leader talked about last night. We must secure our borders and ensure that bad apples don't get in, and also make sure our asylum system is free of abuse. Vote yes.
Thank you very much. We still don't have anybody at the no side, so did you want to rebut nothing or just waive that?
Rebut nothing.
I guess we're going to rebut nothing. Go ahead.
Just give me 1 sec here. The mic's off. Do you know how to fix that? My bad. I'm Hunter Annis from Acadianapolis, Nova Scotia, and something specific in this policy that speaks to me is these measures will align immigration with Canada's values. If we don't allow immigration to align with our values here in Canada, what it means to be a Canadian will slowly fade away. And we see examples of this in other countries right now, such as the UK as well. So we have an identity here in Canada, and we need to preserve that identity by making sure immigration aligns with our values here in Canada and the West.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Isn't it great, folks, having all these young people stepping up to the mic? We are the party of young people. All right. With that, the voting is open.
Les appareils sont maintenant ouverts.
When they're ready to step up.
Well, again, with these votes, and me being distracted with trying to be here on the keyboard, I find it so engaging in the chat room, and it's such a, again, it's kind of fun when we do get a troll or somebody that pushes. Again, I would say that in the time that I've been doing this, that there's been about 10 people that admitted to me that after watching my channel or watching the stuff that we show, and they probably were educated a bit more from other sources as well, that they've changed their mind. Like, that's rewarding when that
20-second warning.
Again, I watch for myself. I watch to keep myself informed. And when I started, I was not informed at all. I know a lot about this stuff by now. I know who all the cabinet ministers are. I can name, I think, if you show me a picture, I could name all 338 MPs.
And the voting is now closed.
Les appareils sont maintenant fermés.
Just because I watch, it's not because I'm smart. I used to watch movies and play video games. All I do now is this.
And that's passed with the double majority.
And I just want people that are in the grocery store.
Moving right along, we're going to go to C14 1406 C14 1406. And let's kick it off. This is coming from Battle River Crowfoot, so let's kick it off at the yes microphone.
For us.
Landon McKiernan, Battle River Crowfoot. We've seen over the last 10 plus years of the Trudeau and Carney Liberals that the division of powers mandated in our Constitution is being flattened. Conservatives need to commit today to dividing the powers up the way our forefathers decided and the way in which the provinces are mandated to do so. Let's get out of the way and start fixing the problems that are affecting all Canadians that we're going to get a mandate on in the next federal election.
Thank you very much. And over to the no microphone.
Delegate for University of Rosedale. I understand that this has been submitted by Battle River Crowfoot with the best MP and the best premier, but I live in Ontario. I don't want Doug Ford getting even more power to erode our freedoms and erode our institutions. And I'm sure the delegates from the BC side don't want David Eby getting more power to erode their freedoms and their institutions either. This is great if your premier is Danielle Smith, less so if your premier is David Eby. Great intentions as an Ontarian, this kind of scares me. Thank you so much.
Merci beaucoup. Back to the yes microphone.
Sean Glanspo River. So here's the thing. The way I see it is the federal government is almost like an overprotective parent that babies you all the time. It's stupid. Stupid, I tell you, because of the fact that they think they understand what each province wants. But I believe what each province can do right, we should do right. And they wonder why things like Alberta separatism come up. It's because we feel babied all the time. We don't want it anymore. Stop it. Let us do it right.
Thank you very much. I'm getting an indication there's nobody at the no microphone. Does somebody wish to use the 30-second rebuttal? Okay, go ahead, please.
Damien Currick, former MP for Battle River Crowfoot.
Go, Damien Currick.
Look, folks, our leader talked about it last night. We resoundingly and are united as a party. The way that we succeed as a country is to respect the foundation of our nation, which includes the division of powers. That allows provinces to be provinces, whether that's Alberta, Quebec, BC, or a maritime province. The way that we do that is get the federal government out of the way. Let's shrink the federal government. These are conservative principles, and this policy affirms that.
Okay, we're going to open up the voting machines. Les appareils sont maintenant ouverts. Please vote now.
Oh, sorry, gang. Oh, yeah, so that's Damien Kirk. I wish I could pull it up real quick. I made a couple of videos about him back in the day. Does anybody remember, like, the day in question period when he got very upset? He started off his question very calmly, but at the end of it, he got so frustrated at Trudeau, he started calling him a liar, and then there was an intervention by the speaker, and he was like, you're not allowed to call somebody a liar, you've got to take it back or apologize, whatever, and he was like, I will not. And he had to take the walk. He got kicked out for the day. I think that's the last time that anybody's been kicked out of the House of Commons in question period. But it was
20-second warning.
And then everybody criticizes him for giving up his seat to Poilievre, or his riding seat, his seat. That was the right move, I think. I like Pierre Poilievre personally. Like, I don't know him personally, but when I watch him, I read him as a trustworthy person.
And the voting machines are now
politician,
closed. Les appareils sont maintenant fermés.
Better than Mark Carney. Christ on a bike. Ooh. Another one of those.
And a double majority has been achieved.
La
résolution a été
they're always on the same side, it would seem. They're very heavily favored.
All right, delegates, we're down to our final three proposals, and we're on C-15-1069 from South Okanagan, West Kootenay. Go ahead on the yes side. 30 seconds, please.
Chris Beckwin, Similkameen, South Okanagan, West Kootenays. And we have a proposal here that we want to just make a modification, where we think that this is really important because many Canadians, a lot of Canadians, continue to lose trust in our politicians and our institutions. And so we thought we just wanted to make a slight modification to this policy and actually give the Ethics Commissioner some teeth to actually do things besides give a $200 fine for breaking major ethical rules in our House of Commons. And so we wanted to also...
Thank you, that's time. Anybody on the no side? Yes, go ahead, 30 seconds.
Thank you. Matthew Gordon, delegate from New-Tecumseth, Gwillimbury. I'm very concerned about this policy proposal because it gives the Ethics Commissioner sweeping, broad, extremely punitive powers that are effectively unheard of in Canadian history and that there's no real analog to. While I agree that we need accountability and we need ethical actions from our people in charge, this could take us down a rabbit hole that we didn't anticipate and that we don't want. Thank you. Vote no.
Thank you very much.
We'll go back to the yes side,
amazing.
30 seconds.
You're my friend.
Helena
That's unnecessary,
Conans,
though.
Member of Parliament for Similkameen, South Okanagan,
right.
West Kootenay. I understand rabbit holes, but people are losing faith in government. They're losing faith in their elected officials, especially our young people. We need to put more teeth into what the Ethics Commissioner can do. What's happened in the last 11 years cannot happen in the next 11 years. This is at all levels of government that people are losing faith. So please support this policy change.
Thank you very much. And we have somebody else at the no side. Go ahead.
Thank you. Ashton Racima, Peace River, West Lockhart, Alberta. Again, Ethics Commissioner, this would give him immense power. We are the party of small government and democracy above all. We cannot have this much power being on one person. Thank you.
Thank you, and we'll go for one final intervention on the yes side, 30 seconds.
Rachel Enns, Vernon Lake Country, Monashee. This is a small amendment to a policy I wrote in 2021. I love it. Also, this is for our policy declaration. It is not law or legislation. That can be determined by our parliamentarians. This is a statement of belief only.
Thank you very much. And with that, we'll begin voting. The machines are open.
Les appareils sont maintenant ouverts.
And his minions continue to lie. That's what Damien Kirk, man, when he went off that time, that was, again, I was kind of new back then. I think that was in the first fall, like I was maybe 2 months in. Still just learning. It took me 3 shows and I figured out like that the Liberals are completely full of shit and will flagrantly like very, very in your face, just lie straight to your face. Like anytime. Did anybody see that interview that Vasconcelos had last week with Steve McKinnon? Like, they are a ransacked bunch of assholes. Like, they're sociopaths. It's a weird thing because I don't dislike Mark Carney the most. Like, because
20-second warning.
At least he's clever. Like, he's a sack of shit, don't get me wrong. He's got no morals, but he's not stupid, so that's dangerous. Like, he was guiding Trudeau and other people were guiding Trudeau because Trudeau's dumb. It's not like he sat in a room by himself and came up with some sinister plan. He was just a tool.
All right, we're going to close the vote now.
Les appareils sont fermés.
Position. Again, I don't believe this is a Canadian effort. I believe that what's happened to the Liberal Party has the CCP written all over it.
And that passes. It has a double majority.
All right, we're down to our final 2 resolutions.
CSIS has told us that we've been infiltrated for the last 30 years at all varying
and we'll start us off. On va commencer avec le côté de oui. Alors, commencez s'il vous plaît. Please go ahead.
Jackson Ochar, Calgary, Nose Hill. Forest fires have destroyed homes and natural spaces across our country, including Jasper recently. This is why we need to pass this resolution so we can help solve this issue. The Liberals have politicized this issue to promote climate hysteria and raise taxes will somehow solve the problem. But these fires cost billions of dollars every year in mitigation, and this issue needs to be addressed. Please support this policy so we can move forward with that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll head over to the no microphone.
Charles Kamimura, Vancouver, Granville. As a third-generation person in the forestry industry, we've had interest in sawmilling and in forestry since the 1920s. I understand how devastating forest fires can be. However, this is provincial jurisdiction. Let's not create another level of government in an area that's provincial jurisdiction. We just passed C-14 with 92%. Let's not go down this road, please.
Okay, back to the yes microphone.
Dane Lloyd, Member of Parliament for Parkland. Forest fires are urgent public policy issues, and there are currently no mention of natural disaster policies in our policy manual. Yes, this is an issue that is primarily a provincial responsibility. However, provinces are calling upon the military increasingly in extreme situations to provide support. We as Conservatives need to have a policy on this, particularly because of the national parks that are under federal jurisdiction and the military, which is being increasingly used. We as Conservatives need to show we're taking this seriously. Thank you.
Go
Thank you very much.
Thumbs up. Oh, Michelle Rempel-Garner up next.
No.
Riley Shannon, Kamloops, Shuswap, Central Rockies. As a resident of BC, I am well aware of the impacts of wildfires. However, the increase in wildfires in this country are in large part a failure of provincial governments in forestry management. The last thing we need is the federal government involved in matters of provincial jurisdiction. We literally just voted on a policy respecting provincial and federal jurisdiction. All we need is for them to stay in their lane, and if you don't like your provincial government's job, vote them out.
Thank you very much. Someone back at the yes microphone for the right of rebuttal.
Last year, Jasper saw one of the most devastating wildfires in Alberta history. And that's because there was no plan from the federal government to stop arson, and there was absolutely nothing in our policy declaration right now. Guys, for your members of parliament to be able to speak to this, you need to understand one thing. Thoughts and prayers won't prevent arson. They won't help prescribe our plans for prescribed bills. My name is Michelle Rempel-Garner. I'm the Member of Parliament for Calgary Nose Hill, and I support this proposal.
All right, we are going to proceed with the vote. The voting machines are now open. Les appareils sont maintenant ouverts. Please vote now.
I think so.
They really want to hear from me. I'm between them and the bars. Yeah.
Oh, it gets quiet again. It's so, when you start reading the chat, it just sucks you in. I've got some messages, a number of messages I want to get back to people. You hear one of your friends are having a rough time. That's always hard to hear. Sorry, Crasher. Like, it is tough out there, man. I don't know how people feed their kids. I go to the grocery store. I've just got me and the cats to feed, right? The cats are, their food hasn't risen the same amount as regular groceries. I looked at like a little pound of lean ground beef. What do people feed their children? Like, because like food that's not very nutritious is less expensive. But if you want to feed your kids healthy, like obviously, or have your grandchildren or anybody, it's so wild. Produce, fresh produce. It's $9 for a bag of oranges. Like Christ on a bike. Such a weird thing that.
And the voting is now closed. Les appareils sont fermés.
How possibly? And I know that it's like there's media manipulation and then there's just bias. Like some people will never change the side that they grew up on. Like if
a double
like
majority
liberal,
has been
liberal,
achieved.
I'm not that way.
So, cette résolution a été adoptée.
All right, delegates, we're down to our last policy resolution, C21-1567.
We're going to wrap it up after this. We'll see what comes afterwards.
We will go to the yes mic.
Maybe
go ahead,
I'm going to
30
do
seconds.
Live. But I've got to break it up.
Ball Nepean. Diplomatic recognition of a new state is one of the most consequential decisions a government can make. This new policy fixes a procedural gap and proposes a clear principle standard. No recognition of a new state unless it reflects the will of elected representatives and is coupled with certification that its governing entities are not listed as terrorist organizations under Canadian law. Supporting this policy strengthens our standards of democratic accountability, national security, and commitment to peace and lawful governance.
Thank you. We'll go to the no side. 30 seconds.
Gary Keller from the Great Riding of Nipissing-Temiskaming in Northern Ontario. Look, the bottom half of this, the language here, the bottom half of this motion is correct. It's absolutely in line. The problem here is the very first line, the ensuring recognition of the vote of the House of Commons. I understand why this language is there, given what's going on in Parliament recently, but it's likely that a vote would have passed regarding the Israel-Palestine issue. And you could have a group of parliamentarians influenced to recognize a state like the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus. They would probably qualify.
Thank you very much.
Not in Canada's interest.
Thank you. We'll go back to the yes mic. 30 seconds.
David Baker, Ottawa West Nepean. I rise in support of this motion because diplomatic recognition is not symbolic, it's consequential. When Canada recognizes a new state, we legitimize its government on the world stage. That decision should reflect the democratic will of Parliament, not be made behind closed doors, and we must never recognize entities tied to terrorism or violence. This motion protects our national security, upholds accountability, and ensures Canada stands firmly for peace, democracy, and the rule of law. It's simply responsible governance, and I urge all delegates to support it.
Thank you so much. And we have somebody else at the no side. Go ahead.
No one supports
There we go.
terrorists.
Giddy up.
That's not the issue with this. The issue is this, is that we support Pierre last night. We trust him to make a good decision. Handcuffing him to a House of Commons vote, if there's a minority government, things just won't get done. If they're in recess, nothing's going to get done. We need to make sure our leader, who we voted last night, 87%, that we trust is able to unilaterally make the decision.
Thank you for that. We'll go back final time to the yes side. 30 seconds.
Ben Seller, Sackville, Bedford, Preston. Last night, Pierre Poilievre told this country, we're the party of the little guys. We stand up for the oppressed, and that needs to be said on the world stage as well, not just nationally, but internationally. People are into the future, people will be oppressed by governments, and we need to stand up and show the world that Canada is the best country in the world, and we need to stop apologizing for it. We have the best standards of ethics and human rights in the world, and we need to promote that on an international stage.
Thank you very much. And with that, the voting machines are open for the final time
they're back
during
to
this
the voting.
convention.
Les appareils sont maintenant ouverts.
That's a big surprise. So quick. Yeah, guys, when the results of this video, or pardon me, this vote come in, I'm not sure what to do because, like, I don't think it's a good idea to run any given live show more than 3 hours, or really even 2. It seems to be very long to me, and this one's 2:43 right now. So we're probably going to wrap this up as soon as we find out the result of this vote. Unless I see in the poll that, like, there's a very strong showing to just let it roll, because it's going to be quiet. And sometimes I've got to use the washroom as well. When I started this, again, it's live, so you don't know how long it's going to go.
You must be in fantastic shape.
And now it's 3 hours. Again, I think maybe that poll is going to say, like, keep it rolling. I'm not sure. What's it looking like? Did you guys like my "Who cares" option? Because that's a sign off to our Prime Minister.
20-second
who was
warning.
Asked about when the last time he talked to Donald Trump was. He says, "Oh, who cares?" He campaigned and won that election based on the fact that he fooled so many people into thinking that he was going to be able to win over, like, not just win over, beat Donald Trump at negotiations. Oh, it's ridiculous. Sorry, I can't think too much about Mark Carney because he frustrates me. Not as much as Steve McKinnon. Well, give it to Carney. He's smart. It's just that he's smart and
All
and
right,
he has
the vote
no
is
conscience.
now
He's a
closed.
total
Les appareils sont
sociopath.
maintenant fermés.
Like, that's dangerous, right? Campaign the way he did, elbows up, all that shit.
Me?
These are Muslim values. These are Canadian values.
Double
Like,
majority
give me a
achieved.
break.
Congratulations, delegates.
What a great session.
It was great working with you again, Andrew. It
Great
kinda
to
makes
work with
me-
you too, Ken.
Do I miss you? Do I miss the House of Commons? Nice
We
seeing
miss
you once in a
We
while.
miss you.
I miss you guys.
Just want to end off with another big thank you to all of you, the delegates, the members of our party. You keep our movement alive. You keep it vibrant. And this is just an excellent example of grassroots democracy at its finest.
We're not finished, though, so stay seated. There's more to come. But if you do leave, don't take your voting machines with you, okay?
Yeah,
Don't
But we
take
want you to
the
stay.
voting machine.
Leave the voting machines at your table or drop them off
many
here at the
times
front.
have I
But,
told you,
we do have
Nelson?
some more programming, so we're going to invite our
Steal
MCs
the
back up
shit.
on the stage. Once again, thanks so much. It's been a pleasure to chair this session with you all. Merci beaucoup. C'était un grand plaisir d'être avec vous.
So what are we going to do? So just to say, I generally, when I have a question that I kind of want to know the answer from the audience, like what would they prefer? It's tough because then the people that don't get their way feel like they didn't get their way and they're going to walk. I'm going to keep this rolling. And we'll figure out what we're going to watch next in the interim. How am I going to do that? Let's see.
All right. Bonjour tout le monde. Nous allons maintenant aborder un sujet crucial concernant l'avenir économique du Canada.
Straight into it.
Hey, James. James, what's on? I need you. Thank you. Donc, les gens qui sont intéressés pour la prochaine présentation qui est importante, vous pouvez rester ici. Les autres, allez prendre une petite bière. Donc, on a un sujet très important qui concerne l'avenir économique du Canada et la dure réalité. La vie est devenue plus difficile pour trop de Canadiens. Les familles paient plus cher, gagnent moins et se demandent si le travail acharné en vaut la peine. Ce panel se penchera sur ce que le Conseil de croissance économique a entendu de la part des Canadiens.
Welcome back, everyone, and good work during those sessions. They certainly can last a long time. We now turn to a critical discussion about Canada's economic future and the simple truth that life has become harder for too many Canadians. families are paying more, earning less, and wondering whether hard work still pays off. This panel will focus on what the Economic Growth Council has heard from Canadians just like you.
Joignez-vous à nous. Please join us in welcoming to the stage Greg McLean, Gaétan Mallette, and Rick Perkins.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and thank you. We're going to present something here that we presented to caucus, our national caucus, yesterday morning, and we also presented through a process through the Economic Growth Council on Monday this past week. Now, we've been traveling across the country here. Gaétan's going to go through it, putting together this report. We're at an interim step right now, but the whole effort started after the last election when we looked at what had transpired and we said we need to get back to playing offense on the economic issues that are afflicting this country right now. So our leader, Pierre Poilievre, asked us as three co-chairs to put together this economic council and get the input from the grassroots about what needs to change in Canada as quickly as possible. We've come up with this report, and we need the clicker, please. Want to flip it? So we put together a report. We call it From Stagnation to Strength, and it's an interim report because we have much more to do. There's a whole bunch of data that goes behind this, and this is the presentation about where we're taking this going forward. I'll turn it over to my colleague Gaétan Mallette at this point.
Thank you. Can everyone hear in the back?
Just go ahead.
I want them to listen. All right, so the mandate, which is important, consult widely and gather feedback from various organizations, produce a comprehensive report on findings and policy recommendations to the leader of the official opposition. Presentation we'll hear today. Le mandat, consulter et recueillir les commentaires de multiples organisations de partout au pays, produire un rapport détaillé tirant les conclusions de ces rencontres et fournir des recommandations politiques à l'intention du chef de l'opposition. We started traveling and meeting people back in November right up to last week. This with the help of members of Parliament, members of the Council, and our contacts. We met businesses in all sectors: agriculture, oil, fishing, forestry, manufacturing, people from financial institutions, education, taxation, and this over 10 provinces and 20 cities. We have received probably around 150 presentations. Now, Canada, one thing we've heard lots of negative things, but one thing that we've heard also is that Canada should be the easiest place in the world to start a business, raise capital, and protect your digital, financial, and property rights. Donc, le Canada, on a entendu ça, le Canada devrait être l'endroit le plus facile au monde pour démarrer une entreprise, lever des capitaux et protéger vos droits numériques, financiers et de propriété.
So here we go. Well, Rick Perkins here. I've got convention voice. 18 hours of filibustering in the Finance Committee in the House of Commons. I didn't lose my voice, but
I'm just going to interrupt again for a moment. I know Rick Perkins. I used to work for the same company for like a decade at least. He was VP of communications for the liquor distributor here in the province, and I worked at the same company. We didn't work together, but like I knew him. We know each other. He's the only MP that's ever responded to me on Twitter. Like, well, when he was MP, he responded.
I have with the convention, so bear with me. The crux of the issue, if you've been following our productivity challenges in Canada, is that the best measure of whether or not we're a prosperous country is our production, our GDP per capita. And you have two slides here, or two charts. One shows the growing gap between Canada and the United States in our productivity, the rising one in the bright red color. That coincidentally has happened over the last 10 years for some strange reason. You guys may understand why that might have happened. But it's not just an issue with the U.S., it's an issue with all the OECD countries. So the other chart measures our progress versus the OECD, and we're declining against every other member, the other 37 members of the OECD, to the point where we're now negative versus all other OECD countries.
This slide summarizes effectively all of what we've heard and where we think we need to make changes, and we put it into six what we call buckets, but six groupings of what we need to change in Canada in order to get us back on track. And you can see from the slide we put together here, one is the role of the federal government, including everything like taxation and regulation all the way down. The second, of course, vitally important in the way the world is right now as we're changing, of course, is national sovereignty. National sovereignty includes a whole bunch of issues such as stablecoins, the role of digital currency, the role of cash in our economy and how we have to sustain that, and then, of course, trade. We can't ignore where we are in international trade right now. It is one of the most fundamental issues that we have to address. Intellectual property is something we've been failing at as far as where we need to grow the economy going forward here. Protection of those ownership rights is something that we need to make sure we maintain here. Access to capital is something that so many businesses across Canada say is lacking in Canada. You can get money for expansion elsewhere, and you can't find it in Canada at this point in time. And last, of course, and very much not least, is our natural resource development, because that is our strength. That has been our strength for a long time, and we've held back that strength. Let's get it back on track. So we'll go into a little more detail here over the next 10 minutes or so on each of these.
So let's get into the details of the buckets. The first one, the role of government. The chart up there that you see shows that we've had a 37% increase in the number of regulations on business, a main contributor to our flat economy and the bureaucracy that's been imposed by the government. There are over 30 government departments now, over 100 agencies, over 40 crown corporations. There hasn't been a major review of the size of government and the purpose of these agencies since the late 80s, when the Mulroney government had a privatization and regulatory affairs minister. So the feedback we had from the business leaders across the country is that we need to do something that hasn't been done in 40 years, which is establish a group to analyze whether or not these things are actually achieving a public policy purpose anymore. And if they're not, time to get rid of them. One of the other common things that we've heard is CRA. If you guys own a business, we had some business owners saying, not a day without the CRA in my business. There are actually 6 times more CRA employees in Canada per capita than in the United States with the IRS. And they have very, very low productivity. So a main goal is going to be re-examining the cost-benefit analysis of that bureaucratized element of the CRA. Thank you. Sporadic applause. So government, obviously, over the last 10 years, the government spends too much, borrows too much, regulates too much, taxes too much. And one of the things that is the worst illustration of that is this is the chart of our national debt. So you can see the national debt's been growing quite significantly since 2015. It's more than doubled. And the projection out is the current government's projection to raise our national debt to $1.7 trillion. $1.7 trillion within 5 years. Now, they've presented 10 budgets, the Liberals, and they've missed their targets on every budget, and they've missed it by $300 billion. Yeah, that's B with a billion. They've missed their budget targets by $300 billion. If you project that forward, because past behavior is a predictor of...
All right, gang. So this is strange. I'm going to break it up right here, stop it. I'm coming back in a half hour with a different show. I'm going to use a different interface, and maybe we can get some people to be able to call in and have a chat, like a video chat, like come on the show. That's what the plan is. We're going to wrap it up. I can't believe that I'm wrapping up a show that's in the middle of it. But this one's been going on for 2 hours and 58 minutes by now. So we are going to wrap it up and come back in about a half hour with more of this. Thank you all so much for tuning in. My name's Aaron. Rory and Rhonda, you're studs. That's a long show to do. You guys are such a great supporting help. It's amazing. We're a great team. Anybody that's wanting to see what we just covered, because this has been a pretty fun couple of hours, can just zip back on the timeline. In the meantime, my name's Aaron. Smash the like, hit subscribe, get notified to find out when we're making these pop-up live shows, because we never know when we're going to do them. We do a regular show. We do a regular show through the week on Question Period, as the regular viewers know. But to anybody else that's watching, come and join us on Monday for Question Period and the pre-show. We've got the best one going on and the most incredible chat room. In the meantime, we'll be back in about a half hour with more coverage of the Conservative Convention 2026 from Calgary, Alberta. It's been a blast. So much fun in the chat room. What a pleasant experience. A couple of trolls, but we're always going to get those. Pretty easy to quash that. Thank you all for tuning in. Aaron, Canadian Looney. Like, share, subscribe. We'll be back in about a half hour with more Conservative Convention coverage 2026 Calgary, Alberta. We'll be right back. Aaron, Canadian Looney. We'll see you in a bit.